It's just the two of us.
Now that they're
Just the two of us. We just suck in every... What?
Oh, just the two of us. You
Deep
and
in
I.
Dude, that question fucking sucked. I realized I don't rewatch it at all.
That's why I was like going around like, well, I did actually rewatch. It was like a few episodes of X-Men, so I'm like, yeah, I guess that's kind of cheap way out.
I didn't.
But-
I tried to rewatch.
I won't be able to sit down when she comes back. Oh well.
You'll have
Yeah,
to. You just have to stand back up.
Yeah, well,
like,
she's got to do other stuff, so it's
Yeah.
time.
But no, yeah, that was a difficult one, and I'm just like, first I'm like, oh yeah, Cowboy Bebop, and I'm like, I've only watched that like 2 or 3 times, and it's always been, come here, let me introduce you to Cowboy Bebop. Not I'm gonna sit down and do this for me. I'm doing this for someone else.
Yeah, because like even with Sonic, it was like a hard one. I was like, yeah, I usually go back to Sonic, but not super hard. Like I'll play. Like I
Yeah.
picked up Sonic Colors, and I haven't played it as much because as much as I like the game.
So
It's sad. Probably the Sonic game I played the most is Sonic E2.
So I will
Yeah.
say,
Generations.
I
Weirdly.
actually got to have a really great experience because they remade Link's Awakening, but they
Mhm.
did it for the Switch.
Oh,
But it was basically the same game.
Exactly the same.
They just
it just looks
they
different.
just
They cutified
updated
it.
it. Well, they just updated in the art style and did it slightly different, whatever. So when I was younger, I had it on the Game Boy,
Right.
and I could never figure out how to beat it when I was younger.
Mhm.
For some reason, that was just one that was like, I could get through like the first, I don't know, 2 or 3 dungeons, and I would get stuck every
Mhm.
time after that. Like there was something about that I just couldn't process because I was really young when that one was out. Like,
I always knew it as Legend of Zelda Link's Fever Dream.
I mean,
but-
you're not wrong. But anyways,
what are the Mario characters doing here?
I picked it up for the Switch, and I was like, I'm gonna play it. It's
You
gonna be
went
great.
hard on it. Too.
Oh my
You
gosh, I
Yeah.
played it. I think it was like for 3 days straight,
basically.
and literally just like totally immersed myself. I was like, I don't care. I'm not doing anything else. This is what I'm
She
doing.
Didn't do shit.
I didn't, and it was great because I finally was able to go through the rest of the entire game and enjoy just like the whole. It was like I had seen like the first bit of the game, but I never really got to watch anyone play the end because I don't even think either one of my brothers really played that one that much. I was the one who had it, but like I don't think they really played it. I think maybe Josh did, but I don't think he beat it either. So
I don't trust you with glass.
oh
I have two slice fingers, but that's why.
oh
That's why she doesn't trust me right now.
He broke my Pokemon glass.
I don't think it's about the fingers, man.
Oh, obviously it's not about the fingers. The first one, the unicorn tried
F.
to kill me. The unicorn mug that I had.
Oh no!
So like I was washing it and I was putting it in and it just like
It
the
snapped right
handle
in the
just
handle.
snapped and like my
That's
finger sliced right across of it.
terrifying. Ooh.
Yeah, that was this one, but this one was worse, surprisingly enough.
So, yeah, so I didn't get to finish it. So I was playing it for like 3 days and
Right.
just like totally like Jeffrey would be like awake and I'd be sitting there on the couch and I was just like full in. And I got to like the end. And if you've never played, I don't want to spoil it, but it's really cool because it's like, again, what's also neat about it is it hits like the music part of my brain because it's basically like talking about Link's Awakening. Okay. And you're basically creating a piece of music basically throughout the whole game. Because you have to awaken this like great bird or whatever in order to like cleanse the evil of the island, right? So, and of course you go through all these dungeons and all that like typical stuff for a Zelda game. And but at the end, like you put everything together and like literally like playing it, even though it was still the remake, because like I said, the game was basically exactly the same. Like it made me cry. And because it was so, I would say, like, as far as a lot of the Zelda game goes, it's probably one of the most simplistic. But there was something in it being just so simple, but then that it was just, I don't know, it was just like beautiful because it was just like, you don't have to like question a whole bunch of stuff. You don't have to be like, all right, what's going on here? Like, yeah, you kind of do as you're playing it, but then like at the end, everything comes together and you're just like, I don't know. It's just, it's really enjoyable. Like,
You did hit on something though. I love.
it's not overly complex.
Right.
And I just love it.
Well,
I
that's
was
the
like,
cool thing about when you played games as a kid and you like get stuck
Mhm.
on something for like ever, and then like you play it like later, or it's like worse, it's like a game that you never could finish because like it was like super
it was
hard.
too
for you
hard
at the
for
time.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get up and you're just
Mhm.
like, oh shit, this is like I
Yup.
get it, and you just have that moment where you're just like, I get it. It's
Golden
so great.
Sun.
Golden Sun.
Don't get me wrong. One of the best games.
Oh,
like
yeah.
both of them are really great. If you love RPGs, really great, really fun. The music's amazing. But oh my god, would some of the places in that game get you so frustrated because you have to sit there and it's again like puzzles. It's a damn good game.
Right.
But yeah, there would be points where I would have to throw the game away for like 3 months because I would get stuck in this one freaking area and I could not figure it out. And then finally I'd be like, I know how to do it. And then finally like go back and pick up the game. But yeah, as a child, it's fucking frustrating.
There's a
Pretty
game
much
I played.
every
Because you
JRPG
sit there and you're just like, ah! Throw it. Like,
Yeah.
Nah, my thing is when the Blockbuster just stopped carrying the game because my parents didn't buy me games.
So you had to like live without for
So,
like a long
so
period
then I'm
of
like,
time.
all right, I'm playing it. And I'm like, oh, I was like, you keep renting the same game, yeah. And then the one day I walk in and it's like, hey, what happened to whatever game? And it's like, oh, we don't have that anymore.
F.
Oof.
There was
F.
speaking of like
Someone
musical
stole it.
games, there was one I can't find it now. I don't remember the name of it. There was a game that I played. I think it was for Xbox, Xbox 360, where you basically had to do. Or it was an RPG style game, but you had to fight, but it was very musical based with the fighting, and you're not actually there, but your conscience is there, but your body is like asleep in like a coma somewhere else. And it was like
Why does it sound so
Rhapsody or
familiar?
it was like symphonic or something like that, but it was really,
Yeah.
really fun and really beautiful. It's one of those ones you're just like, yes.
True.
Mhm.
I never finished it because I ended up losing it.
That sucks.
It's pretty much like every JRPG for me. Like I never could finish it as a kid because they were like, this is confusing and my brain is not old enough for this.
Yeah, and some of the and you don't realize like they weren't made for kids, honestly.
No.
Like if you really think about it, like a lot of the JRPGs and stuff were not made for kids, and so like we'd sit there and get stuck, and then we'd be like, no, and be so frustrated, or we just wouldn't understand anything that's going on.
No. So there's a reason I like watching you play the games rather than me play them half the time.
Mhm.
Is because that's how I grew up. I grew up watching
Watching
my
people, yeah.
dad play
Yeah.
them. So I watched my dad play the Metal Gear Solid games.
Gear Solid
I
2, right.
watched him play Final Fantasy 8 and 7,
Mm.
and I watched my first true RPG game, like solely mine that I played, I completed, was Legend of Dragoon on the PS.
Ooh, nice.
That was my second one. It was Legend of Gaia first, and then Legend of Dragoon came out. And I was like, yes, and then I never finished it until like I got
No, I
to high
finished
school.
it.
I'll
I don't
never
remember how it ended, but I finished it.
I'll never forget. So my dad, this is back when my dad played video games. My dad does not play video games, but back in the day, he played the NES and he played it hard. All right.
Oh,
so
I remember. I remembered vividly my dad playing the original Legend of Zelda on the NES as well as Mario. And mind you, Duckshot on Mario on the NES, still one of my favorite games.
Oh yeah, it's great. I remember we would get.
Or
Oh
Duck
yeah.
Hunt.
So back to my story
Sorry.
about my dad. No, you're good because I was like, I want to touch on that
I mean,
with just like
shoot dog.
yeah. Stop. No, my dad played. Speaking of JRPGs, my dad played Dragon Warrior.
Oh, I
Oh,
remember that, yeah.
My dad went.
We found
hard.
Dragon Warrior.
My
Right.
dad went hard
Yeah,
on
NES.
Dragon Warrior. My dad was literally one fight away. He was at the dragon's freaking castle. He is a dragon. Yeah, he is a dragon.
Yes.
He's at the dragon's castle, like literally one step away from ending the game. And my brother
he unplugged it, didn't he?
No.
Oh, no,
Worse.
he overrode.
wrote over his save.
He overrode it.
No.
It's the worst thing you can ever do to someone.
Which
And-
one?
Overwrite the save.
Josh.
Who do you think?
I was like, who do you think it
No,
is?
'cause the thing
Todd
was,
knew
is
better.
like,
He
the
was old
thing
enough
was,
to
is
know.
Todd, no, the thing was, is Todd would go and play it, but then he knew better. He's like,
He
I'm not
wouldn't
going in the
save.
castle. He'd just walk around like the other places, just with the character that was so high level and could just whatever.
You do what you want.
It's like so
So-
he'd actually play on
So
his.
Josh
Yeah.
accidentally overwrote the save, and my dad was like devastated.
Let me guess, you never
like-
went back and played
He
it.
never played a video game again.
No, he never played
That was
it.
the last
He
time
never
we seen of
played
him.
it
And that's when he
again,
swore
but he
that
was
video
so
games were for the
brokenhearted.
devil.
My dad was like, "I'm never gonna beat that game," because it took him.
I'm never financially
long
recovering
time.
from
Right.
this.
Because that
Right.
game, if you
It's a
never the
long
original
haul,
Dragon
yes.
Warrior is a long game.
Mm.
Like
Long.
unless
It's a
you
lot.
unless like you were to go back now and you're like, oh, I know how to grind, like I can do that, you know.
And or
But
you know how to
back
speed
in
run
the
it.
day,
Well, back then
it
it
was
like
a
40 hours
long,
was ridiculous.
painstaking
Yeah.
experience, and my dad spent so much time, and my brother ruined it, and
That's just so-
and my dad always thinks like it was me.
Oh.
And I'm like, it's not me. I was like, no, I didn't touch that game. It was Josh. But then once Josh touched it, I would play it, you know. But 100%.
The loophole. The
No,
loophole.
Josh is like,
there you go.
yeah, it was me, and I regret that. And I was just like,
Oh.
but no. So back on like the NES, like the one really cool thing. This is like one of my favorite memories is that we would all get together back when we lived in like a small trailer with friggin' 6 people, 5 people, and then 6 when my grandma, my dad's mom, came to live with us.
Mm.
But all of us were in there, and we would have everybody over. So my granddad, my 2 uncles, like everyone, basically extended family, would all come over, and we would all like have dinner or whatever. Well, there would be some nights where we'd pull out the NES because everyone liked to play, and I was little. Everyone was like, we were all young. But my granddad and my uncles would play the original Super Mario, and then we would play Duck Hunt too. So we would play all these games, and everyone would take turns. And I just remember they would get so into it. And watching my granddad, who's very much a, you know, strict, again, not army, he was in the Air Force, but still like
Oh, okay.
strict military, just like stern, serious man. Watching him be like, oh, go! Like, and just everyone being like, go, go, go! Like, when just, you know, like, going through, like, avoiding obstacles and stuff
Yeah.
was so great. Because it would be, like, it was like breaking a character that you see all the time. And everyone would just be like, ah! You know? And hearing, like, him and my uncles and, like, just all of us, everyone, like, getting into it and screaming back and forth and, like, ah! And then someone would finally die and we all go, ah! You know? Because, like, everyone was rooting for them and we would all just cram into one room with everybody, and we'd all just be sitting there watching. It was so fun. Like one of my favorite memories that I have all the time.
I remember for the NES, my dad, like I said, he had the original Zelda. I never actually watched him play it, but I remember getting it out and trying to play it myself and being like absolutely frustrated with it. Mind you, I'm like 5, 6 years old.
Yeah, I was
And,
like,
like,
freaking,
Never changed.
Yeah, no,
I was like 4.
no. Thing is, I didn't know what game this was. I
Oh,
just
okay.
got tired of playing Mario and decided, let me try this one. This one looks interesting.
Mm.
But I didn't know how to play it. I didn't understand what you were supposed to do. And so I finally just gave up and never played it again. Because,
Sure.
like, and of course, Dad at the time didn't really explain things. He was like, you're too young for that, blah, blah. Or that, or he's just like, you shouldn't really be playing that anyway. I was like,
Which one?
It's like too
the original.
Which?
Legend of Zelda.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, Legend of Zelda,
Legend of
sorry.
Zelda.
No, it's another one I remember is, so we had a lot of different games. We had like the baseball game. We had Mario, the first Mario. We had
Mhm.
Mario 2.
Yeah.
Which that freaking theme song still to this day. Now
I
it's stuck in my
know.
head already. But and then we had other game. We had the one game that it was like it's a freaking puzzle game, but you're a marble and you have to like go through this course without falling into holes and like running into traps. Couldn't tell you what it's called, but it was on the NES.
I played obscure
So
games.
my uncle, my dad's brother, who was a hardcore like biker dude, had the original Castlevania.
Love it.
We would go to his house down near the
original
coast,
Gabriel.
and
Oh god.
we are not allowed to play Castlevania because vampires and shit.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So
Blah blah blah.
yeah, so but we would sneak and play. He also had the original Friday the 13th game.
Oh.
Terrifying.
Oh, no.
But
It's just
No,
That was
so
real bad.
no, but mainly Castlevania. We were not allowed to
Castlevania was-
play because my mom was like, like no, that's gonna give you like nightmares. Was her mentality, and I'm just like, this is
This
creepy.
shit is cool.
It's cool, but it's creepy, right? But my mom would be like, nah, and then like, when she wasn't looking, my uncle would be like, you guys want to play Castlevania?
The cool uncle.
And
He's
so
a cool
my
uncle.
Always got
oldest
that one
brother,
uncle.
and so my oldest brother, who is like 7 years older than me and my brother, basically was like, I'll play it, and so like he would play it, and then we'd sit there and watch him, and he's just, and it's like, yeah, get him, and then my mom would come out from wherever they were, and she'd be like, I told them they can't play that game, and my uncle would just be over there like, oops.
Too bad.
No, so like the weird thing in my
Oh,
household is
I
like
still want to go back though and play it. Like I would love to go back and play the
The
original
first one?
Castlevania because I really
Castlevania.
never
probably
got a
on the
chance to-
Well,
it's
see,
probably
like-
on
I never
Switch.
got the
It'll be
chance
on
to really
Switch.
it's not
play
on,
it.
it's not on
No.
Switch Online. It's only Castlevania 4.
Oh, okay.
Super Castlevania. That's the only one that's out there now.
Castlevania.
Which is one of the best ones.
No, like okay, so my household was weird. So like I remember growing up, we had the NES and playing Mario and everything, and then at some point Sega came out,
Mm.
and the Sega Genesis came out, and my dad got rid of the NES and
Now
got
we're
Sega
familiar.
Genesis, and then, huh?
No, I said now we're familiar because I never had an NES. I started on Genesis.
I started on Genesis
Yeah, no,
as well.
I went NES Genesis. So we had the Sega Genesis, and then I remember when Sonic came out, I flippin' loved watching that, and I loved playing it. So I would play that when Dad wasn't playing it. And then at some point they realized, oh, I like playing video games too. And obviously at that time there wasn't a whole lot of kid-friendly video games per se.
Yeah.
But they ended up finding like this really like interesting art one that you could play on there. That like I forgot the name of it, but basically it was like you could go on there and you could fill in like a color drop thing for like color pages, and then or you could make your own pixel art thing or create your own. And there was like a mouse game, and
That's cool.
it was really really cool and really fun. And I loved playing that game. And then at some point that moved over to when I think the PlayStation, because we never got the Dreamcast or any of the other games after that. We never got the Nintendo stuff. Then like all of a sudden it was just Sega, and then I vaguely remember PlayStation.
Yeah.
But in between that, I remember when we got the computer, we got our first Windows 95 computer, our first home one, and my stupid ass little brain that was easily amused got hooked on a puzzle game where it was playing a music video, and had different music videos, and it was playing the music video, and while it's playing and the song's going, you have to piece together the puzzles in the correct order so you can watch the entire video. And once you did, you unlocked it, and so you could go back and just
Wow.
watch.
Sounds familiar.
I forgot what it's called. And so I've got Sledgehammer stuck in my head because of that thing. Not to mention Magna Carta. Your sledgehammer. But then, and also Ozzy's Ozzy, one of Ozzy Osbourne's songs is stuck in there too.
Crazy Train.
Going up the
No.
rail- Okay.
It's something else.
War Pigs. Well, that's my favorite song.
It's one of those songs that I hear and I'm like, oh, I'm transported. But no,
Planet Caravan.
no. But it was that, and then it was I don't remember. I think it came with Windows 95. It was like Magna Carta, but it was like a trivial game where you went through a maze.
Oh my god, that was such a good
Yeah,
game.
basically it was a trivia game, and as you're going through you're going through a maze, and you get to a certain point, and you have to answer questions. And that's a trivia like A, B, or C, and you choose which way you go. And as you go, I never actually completed the game, but I always go back and play it.
So there was so now that we're on like the subject of computer games, because
Mhm.
people I don't think talk about this enough.
MS
Like
DOS.
I feel like people don't talk about them enough, but like when we were younger, that was still like kind of a big thing.
Yeah.
Because they were like very experimental
Yes.
in that like they were trying to like, okay, let's see, like they would try to make some that would be more educational, and then they would try to make some that would be more like serious or
Yeah.
like. And I remember one, it would actually kind of scare me. You would get to this one, like, I don't even remember what it was. You were a girl who would be going through these different worlds, and of course, it's like a point and click game, right? Now I gotta look this up. 'Cause it's gonna
There
bother
was
me.
one that my
There's
mom.
one level
I-
though.
I
There's like a
remember-
witch, and
What was
dude,
mine?
this is gonna bother
There,
me.
my mom got to the point.
I
where, like,
always remember it because I'm like, it was the one level where I would get stuck, but also it creeped me out because I would always die from this witch.
Yeah, I remember playing.
You mean this bitch.
This witch. This
I
bitch.
remember
Or-
playing Myst on the PC.
Oh my god.
Like
Way too
old
young to play Myst.
Original Myst.
Way
yeah.
too young to play Myst.
Oh
that
gosh.
that pissed me off and scared me at the same time.
It was
'cause I could not
scary
figure
because
that
it was
game
so
out.
empty, and then like the atmosphere. I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, I just remember. like, I don't know. And it's not even a horror game. It's just a mystery
Dude.
puzzler.
I really don't remember.
All right,
half the
yeah,
shit I
there was
played on
Carmen
there.
Sandiego. Yeah, I know.
Carmen Sandiego,
But
definitely.
And
there was
then
other ones.
there's some other game that I got. I think my uncle or someone gave it to me. It was like some demon hunting game on PC.
I remember playing.
And my grandma took it away.
Oh, I remember playing
Oh,
like
I
the
see, I
original
see.
like it wasn't like a D&D game, but it was like RPG.
Demon
That was like
Blood or something.
text and paper kind of situation.
Oh, okay.
And like you just like
Mm,
you would just enter in like certain numbers and they would tell you like what is happening.
this is gonna bother
Mhm.
me because now I'm like.
You guys remember
I-
VHS games?
Oof.
Oh my gosh.
I only
yes.
had
Gargoyles.
I-
Gargoyles is
Like
my first
Gargoyles,
one.
yeah.
I only had Gargoyles. That's like the only one.
Because
I
there's
had.
Same.
Gargoyles, and then there was another one. I can't remember what it was, but I vividly remember Gargoyles. I'm just
Hmm.
like,
Now, mind you, I did have the Laserdisc disc version of
you
Laser
got
dicks,
them, you got them laser dicks.
Laserdiscs. God damn it!
They like their laser dick.
corruption.
This
I
has
did
been
have
brought to you
Oh,
by
zombies.
those-
Laser Dick.
I did have that version of Dragon's Lair.
Nice.
Like because that was like one that like an old uncle had, and they were like, hey, you want to play this? I was like, I don't know, it
Oh
seems cool.
God, Dragon
Never could-
Slayer.
never
Oh my
could beat
gosh,
that
guys!
That game's
Remember
so
Star Wars
freaking
TIE
hard.
Fighter?
Yes.
TIE
Oh,
Fighter was
Math
great.
Blasters.
Yes.
Oh,
Fucking loved that game.
That shit was so good.
I remember on PC there was this dinosaur / museum game where you knew
Yes!
you learned
I had
about
I had
the.
a friend that every time I went over to his
That was
house, I
so
begged him to let me
cool.
play that.
Oh my god! I spent so many
This is
hours
gonna
playing
bother me
that. I don't
now.
remember what exactly what it's called, but I just remember it's like you're in a museum and then all of a sudden you go into the different periods. And
Yes!
it's like these.
Oh my god, I forgot about that game. There was another one that like
Yeah. Okay. Now I know what you. I was like, that sounds so familiar, and I just saw a screenshot of it. Math Blaster was so fun, dude.
Yeah,
Oh my
so
Oh
God.
my
good.
gosh, so
So
fun.
good.
There was
There
another-
we had Math Blasters that had that.
Freddy
game.
Fish.
Yes.
Yeah. So Math Blasters, Carmen Sandiego. I played. Now I'm just like.
What's
going
sad is
through.
most of these
Oh,
games
we
I
all
played
know
at
the
school.
classic pinball game that was on
Oh
there.
yeah. The
Oh
pinball.
yeah, totally.
No, I.
Best one was on Windows 98.
Is it the
Yeah.
3D dinosaur adventure?
Yes.
Yeah.
I never played that one.
I
Oh,
didn't
it's
play
so
that
good.
one.
Watch me play it now.
Oregon
like,
Trail, we all
shit,
played Oregon Trail.
Yeah, yeah,
Played that shit at the library.
definitely.
Oh, where is
I was
it?
in my ESE classes.
Do y'all remember Ski Free? I think you can still play that.
Can you?
I-
Yeah.
mm.
Really?
There's a certain website where you can.
To be fair, there's a website that literally you can play any MS DOS games. Like
Mhm.
it's like visualize. It's virtualized, so you can play all of them. It's really cool.
Yes.
The logical journey of the Zombies.
I've never heard of that.
Oh my god, that was another one that I absolutely loved playing because basically you had to make these pizzas
Yep.
to advance, and you had to make them in the correct order.
Oh my gosh.
It says these cute little blue creatures challenged us to top pizzas in a particular order and solve other puzzles in their quest to arrive in Zumbinaville. Damn these mean little boats.
There was this MS DOS like life simulator, which was basically like Game of Life except shitty.
Oh yeah.
I played that in high school. We would play the shit out of that because we were trying to find like the best people because it was super random. Like you would just like get up, it's like, yeah, you had a shitty childhood. You don't have enough money to go to college, so you're gonna have to work, kind of.
Yep.
Or like we all hope for like the rich kid like situation, but you never get it.
Nope.
And it was like, wow, this teaches real life way too well.
There was another one. Break X-Ball Break. Basically, it was like you had it was mouse controlled, and you could click it, and a
Oh,
little
the
ball.
break.
Yeah, brick break.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Break.
But
One
I
of
remember
the
it was
best.
like X-Ball Brick Break is what it was, and I absolutely
Yeah.
fucking loved that game.
I played like almost
I
every
mastered
single
the
version
shit out of that to the point where I could actually make my own levels.
Yeah,
Dude,
I love
this is
playing
gonna
those.
bother me.
Still-
Mel's like, where the
still
fuck is this
hunt.
game?
It's
I-
gonna
I-
bother
I
me
still don't
because now I'm
remember
like,
the
I know
Demon's
this game
Blood
existed.
game that I played that
I
I
do
got
have-
in trouble for.
I do have like a weird memory of like has to do with the PS2. Like we would when we go on long trips, like if we go to Atlanta or somewhere else. Like so, my uncle would like splice like the
Oh,
battery.
he would do that.
Like so, he would splice it so that you can use the whole smoke heater thing,
Yeah.
and we would just hook up like a separate power strip and
Yep.
just put a fucking CRT TV and just put that in the middle console, and we would just sit in the back playing the PS2,
No,
just
yeah.
playing fighting games and shit. Because fighting games
Oh,
is like
yeah.
my life for much
Oh, yeah.
majority of my life. I wish I could go back to that.
Yeah, I remember because my uncle
Do
had
you?
got an RV,
Not yet.
and this is when PS2 first came out. The RV came with a PS2
Oh,
somehow,
I remember that.
and so I was
Would you
like,
pick up an old Pimp My Car?
I was like, he just bought the RV. He's like, oh yeah, it's all just got a PS2 in it. So we went camping, RVing or whatever.
Glamping.
I was like, as soon as I figured that out, and he had like the little splitter, because PS2 only had the 2 ports, but if
Yeah.
you have 4-player games, like,
Yeah, gotta get that
How?
multi-tap.
so he had to get the multi-tap. And so
Always
he,
gotta
but he,
have a
he had a
multi-tap.
multi-tap, and so I'm like, all right, let's go.
Remember when you were the cool kid? If you like went to somebody's house and like a full of people, and you're the one that brung the multi-tap.
If you, yep,
you were the one that,
instant.
because that was all. That was 2 things that came out of it. Either that was
Or
one you
the
had
blue
one-
shark.
Oh, the blue shark for N64. Is that what it was?
No,
Yeah.
that was for the PlayStation.
Oh, PlayStation.
Yeah,
No, I
PlayStation.
do remember it because the blue shark was. Okay, now I remember it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Dude, this is gonna bother me so much.
Yeah, we would like lug the PS1 that we had because that was the one we would like fix up the springs in there so that
Yeah.
you can read any burn game. I played so much
Yep.
fucking Spider-Man 2
Who's
on that.
traumatized by the PS2 opening?
Traumatized? Not really.
Not necessarily traumatized, but it comes on and you're like, you cringe because you know that's gonna be loud.
No, because
No, we grew up on Sega.
no, because that shit was ridiculous.
Sega.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh,
Hear
God.
that?
Sega and PlayStation that you didn't need it. You're like, oh fuck.
You know, the weirdest one of the loudest like games that did that was Comic Zone. Like I don't know why, but that shit was like in your face, like Sega. I'm like, oh my god,
I remember,
I'm ready
like-
to go between pages.
I remember the
Oh,
daycare
God.
I used to go to as a kid. Am I gonna sneeze? Hang on.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
maybe. There it
There it
is.
is.
Bless you.
Sorry. Anyway, daycare I went to as a kid, they had like a play center that was like also kind of like a community center, but it had like a
What did that knock over? No, guard it.
there was a
Guarded
Dreamcast.
his
They
face
had
planted.
Dreamcast and they had a N64, and I played N64 because they had Lion King.
Why? Why can't I find this?
Ah,
Oh my
you-
gosh.
Nah,
It's one of them obscure games.
I guess it is.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was, but
obscure
I mean,
game.
Dude.
But no, yeah, like
So
I would play the N64 at this place and the Dreamcaster because of certain games like Spyro
Oh, yeah.
and The Lion King and Aladdin. I flippin' loved playing.
Oh, you
those
played it on the
games.
64.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Play that shit on the Genesis.
Well, you had the you had Nintendo's version and Genesis version.
But the Genesis version was the better version.
Was the better version.
Because the Nintendo
Same
one.
with the Michael
Maybe it was.
Jackson
Maybe
game.
it was.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a Genesis. I don't remember.
Michael Jackson's game was kind of shitty.
Well, either way,
you talking
but
about Moonwalker, right?
it was still better on Genesis.
It
than
was.
Nintendo.
It was.
It's no
it was
ET.
less glitchy
Wait a
on
minute, is
Genesis.
this
Well,
it?
also
Is this it?
Nintendo cut out some songs. They cut out
This
whole
looks
songs, like
right.
4 whole songs.
Well, remember,
find
like
it.
half of the Nintendo
think
would
I
cut
found
out
it.
shit because it was like bad. Remember Green Blood for fucking
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat? Yeah, yeah. That shit got like censored so bad.
Yeah. But
I
I'm
think
like,
it was-
why was Aladdin so?
Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo.
I think that's what it
Sega
was.
does.
that
One of
sounds-
the best
that
marketing
sounds familiar.
like
Oh my god.
marketing campaigns ever. Nintendo, more like Nintendo, and then just like plaster like Sonic and a bunch of other shit. Fantasy 5 and like
Okay.
Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat was like up in
Oh,
front all
yeah.
the time.
Oh, I fucking found it. Not the one for you, but the other one.
King's Quest.
Oh,
Yes! Oh my god, King's Quest is so good.
Okay, so I don't know which one it is specifically, but there's one. This looks familiar. I don't know. Okay, hold on.
Look at screenshots.
Okay, while you do that, so
She's
mine,
like, hold on.
the one with the
That's
music.
it.
Find it. She's traumatized all over again.
She's like, I saw the moment she went
Fucking
back.
7. Oh my god. This shit.
Oh, Jesus. You
Oh,
just like-
Oh.
This
I
shit
see.
was terrifying.
Oh,
I'm pretty
that
sure this is the same
big-
level. Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay.
I never beat this game. Now I want to go back and play it.
I don't think I beat that game. I don't think. No, I beat one of them.
Good shit
but I don't
though.
remember
It was
which
a
one.
point and click game, but dude, it was. It didn't need to go that hard.
To be fair, like this is a bunch of people in like the 80s and 90s. It was like- It was
Even
either-
the art style though was like
Yeah.
it was like creepy. Like I probably shouldn't have played because I was young. This is like really.
What
yeah.
you got?
Did you,
What you
you
got?
have one too? Yeah, nice.
Okay, the one I told you about where it was like it had like the rock music
Thanks,
videos and it had like
Mhm.
Sledgehammer. It was rock stars in video games. No. Sorry, this is the wrong one.
No, it was like the actual title of the game.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Not the
Dude, this is
not
like,
the headline.
This-
Rockstars at video
I gotta go back
games.
and play this game now
That's
because
full 90s.
this is wow. Okay.
Do you like Rockstars?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Do you like video games?
Yeah.
What if we mash them together?
Oh my god.
VidGrid.
Which one?
Introducing
It's called-
VidGrid.
It was called VidGrid. VidGrid is a tile matching FMV puzzle game
Yes.
where the main objective of the players is to correctly assemble the music video so you can watch the whole thing.
That's cool.
And it had title songs like Sledgehammer. Okay, let's see. I want like the list.
The reason why I remember that one is because that was played on TV all the fucking time. Like
Mm.
someone playing, like doing VidGrid on TV. I remember that more than actually playing it.
Huh.
I really.
Yeah.
It was really cool because like they would show it and do it, and you would like figure it out, and like it was just for you to like figure it out. I was like, it's this, and we're just like, yeah. It was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it was like, who's that Pokemon? It's like, who's that song? What's that?
Pikachu.
It's Clefairy.
But no, yeah, like it had. I know it had one of Ozzy Osbourne's songs on there. Pain Train, maybe. No,
Dog it.
but no.
Pain
that
Train?
Was, yeah, it was VidGrid. I remember that. I remember
VidGrid
that.
was cool. That was
Yeah,
cool as fuck.
I knew I would find it eventually, but I guess yeah, it was more obscure back then. King's, but I remember it being like people who knew about it, like 'cause
If
it
you
had,
knew, you knew.
it
Yeah.
had a lot
That sounds like the
of games.
yeah. That sounds like the like click that you find. It's like, oh yeah, you know that game.
Yeah, it's like King's Quest, yeah, bro. Dude, I need to go back and play that though, because it was very
Oh, I'm
entertaining,
sure
and I
there's a
never
website that
finished
has
it
it.
because I would get stuck in that one point. That freaking witch, the killer.
That is something I just now thought
Yeah,
about. Like,
you're out for revenge now.
Damn.
yeah,
she's
we were
gonna
having a
die.
conversation not too long ago about this, but we were talking about
I wonder
like
how I can play it though.
like with today's like mainstream kind of situation with gaming and anime and like a bunch of like nerd shit, like media nerd shit. I like to say because everybody's a nerd on something now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like so, like it's kind of interesting now. Where, like everybody's into it. It's nice. You go to a store and everyone's like, "Oh, what about that shirt?" And you go into like a 5-minute conversation about I don't know My Hero or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And it was we were talking about that. We were talking about like it's super awesome and nice and like really really cool to have that moment. But weirdly, like there are parts of me that kind of like misses like the
obscurity?
inclusiveness of it.
Yeah.
Like when like no one else knew about it, and then when you found
It's
someone
like a
else into it.
special.
It was
Like, it was a
when you found somebody.
yeah.
It was that. It was
Well,
the.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that kind of thing because
It's kind of
well, I
like
mean,
the secret guild
Yeah.
of like
yeah,
I
because the
know.
stigma behind it, right?
We know.
yeah, it's like kind of like a what's up?
Weirdly enough, that's what
I
made
see you.
for me. That's what made cons like so exciting to
Oh, yeah, 'cause,
attend
like-
because that was like the one place you can go to feel like yourself. Now, like, and I don't want to like say like cons are bad because I love
No.
cons with a passion.
Yeah.
it's just that like now like I don't like to go to attend as often because
Mhm.
it's just kind of like it doesn't feel like as much of like a clicky moment, and I'm like, oh yeah, these are all people that's pretty like normal and like you know they have lives and you know like everyone here is like okay it's not really a click kind of thing, it's just a lot of people that do it. Now mind you, con goers is still like a click thing.
Oh
like,
yeah.
no one
Con
not everyone goes
family.
out of their way to spend as much money as they do for like an event that only lasts 3 to 4 days.
Yeah. I mean, I think select people do that. Like our people our age now. The younger ones are getting into it too, but the people
Right.
like closer to our age and older that have been like going at the circuit for a while, like we attend it now because like we have that group of friends that are our con family and that we want to go see them
Right.
or we want to go have fun, or you end up working at them and you just have so much fun, so you've got that side of it. So
But I think also for the younger generation, in terms of like you know like popularity on that, it's just kind of second nature because it's immediately
Oh.
like thrown into them like as soon as they're like born. So it's never like feel like
Well, and then
feel like
you
they
think
discovered it. It just feels
Yeah.
like it's just a part of them. And then when they meet people around that, that's like the cool thing about it because like most of the time it's like meeting people online. That is something I've seen like come back is the IRL kind of meetups kind of
Mhm.
situation. That to me is so cool.
oh yeah,
Like I don't know how many times we go to cons and we like notice a group of people that's like super excited to like meet each other for the first time.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah.
I'm from like Seattle and like I'm from Puerto Rico. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you going to this con?
I want to meet my friends. All right, I'll
I was
take
like,
it.
hey, you do you. Shit. I wish I had the money for that.
But yeah, it's like different, you know, jumping in, you know, with our generation and then the next one. Like they were like born into conventions.
Mhm.
Basically, like literally, you see all these con babies.
Like how
I
many
don't mean
times
like
have
they're
we-
babies to con; they're actual infants.
Yeah, but they're fucking adorable.
They are.
They're
Definitely.
So cute.
Do you remember?
like, yeah,
do y'all
parents are-
remember the Magikarp baby at EXP?
Yeah. Yes.
Here's
Remember
my
like
thing.
Chun Li?
Yeah.
You know,
The
it's
Squirtle.
one of those things. Like
The
I'm
little
glad.
Sailor Moon girl.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I don't have a child because I know if I did,
Oh.
I would subject that child to just doing all of these cosplays, and I would spend
I-
so much money
I'm
making like full-on cosplays for the three of us.
I'm
on
going,
purpose.
I'm
Nice.
going to kidnap my niece
Oh, you should
to a con.
absolutely,
Will I dress her up? Only if she wants to.
but you absolutely should.
See, I would kidnap her
I'm
for
not gonna
not
force her.
dressing up. I would just kidnap her to like put her into like the same like realm as us.
Yes.
Like I'll be
I'm
like
gonna corrupt
just
her.
familiarize
Corrupt her.
yourself.
She's already like highly into Avatar.
Yeah, like
Yes.
it's already at the
So-
starting point. All we have to do is like go into it. She's already into Linkin
Yes.
Park. It's just one.
I love
step.
it.
Yeah.
Like it's teen angst. Teen angst at her age is just funny to me.
Apparently.
Now it's probably a good thing that like my nephews don't live as close to us because if they did,
Oh no.
they'd
I'm in danger.
be the biggest nerds so
Speaking
fast.
of random kids that like is like randomly like imprinted
Oh
themselves.
my
on us.
god, the neighbor.
The neighbor's
Oh.
kid.
Oh my god,
neighbor's kid?
neighbor kid. So like we
He's like the middle child, basically.
Yeah, he's like the middle child, and
Nice.
he's way too mature for his age. And like it was funny because we were like, oh yeah, he likes to hang with us. He asked us to like do stuff for money, kind of situation. Now, almost on a daily basis, like he comes over to our house and like
Just
just
show something.
and
to
just
us.
to show us what he got.
Mostly to Mike.
Mostly, because I know more JoJo than you do.
Yes.
And he's like super. It's JoJo and Naruto, and like it's the two. And
That's
I'm like,
great.
yeah, I know
Pokemon
the
is
two,
sort of.
obviously.
That's great.
Yeah, and so like every time
just
we'll
keep
just go on
shoving
like
cards
long
on him, like, here you go.
conversations. We talk. He will talk to her about Pokemon for like an hour.
I love it.
Like he just comes in that. I'm like, yeah, come on in. I was like, damn, I didn't expect it like this to happen to me. Like and I was older. I wanted to be. I was like watching. My thing. It's so weird for me because like half the time I watch way too much fucking TV. Like you'd like watch TV and you're hoping for like all that shit to happen when you were a kid. It's like, oh yeah, like kids are like doing all these things together and stuff of that nature. Didn't have that because I lived on a dirt road.
Tell them what this kid does when you go get the mail.
You would love this.
Oh boy.
So like every time I go to the mail, almost on a dot, I would walk back because it's like over at the cluster
Oh
box.
yeah.
I would walk back and he would pick like a random corner to just surprise me as he's just T-posing the entire time. He's like, hey Mike. I was like, what's up? And I was like, he's just like, hey. I was like,
Asserting
you
dominance.
asserting dominance there?
That's
Because
amazing.
he didn't know about that term until like I told him it.
Oh my god.
And so now he's like, yeah, I'm asserting dominance.
oh,
And I'm like, cool, you keep it up, buddy. And then like I keep walking,
That's
and you just
so
see him
amazing.
run to his fucking house, and I'm like,
so beautiful.
I don't know how I won this.
I love
I
that.
feel like I won. It's like
So
a
good.
childhood
Yep.
is printed on me.
The only
So
time it's
good.
ever been like a hindrance was when we had like a semi like neighborhood block party, and we thought they would. We were going at it as it were, and the doorbell goes ding dong, and we're like shit no, and we thought
Just
it was
don't answer it.
just don't answer it, and we thought it was the neighbor coming to
Just
ask us
stop.
to move his car because they were in the middle of that circle out there, and no, it like. We finished up, cleaned up, got dressed and everything, and then Mike goes out like trying to figure out what was happening. No, it was the kid. He wanted to show him his JoJo book.
We did get dressed at least and go show because
Yeah.
he picked up the first act of like the
Oh my
omnibus,
God.
Yeah.
and I'm like, God damn it, man.
Yeah.
Good
No.
kid, great kid.
No.
Didn't expect that to ever happen.
I would say I know well there's one kid, Chris and Courtney, like he loves me.
Oh.
Oh, their son?
And he's
Yeah.
gonna be such a nerd because
Oh,
we're
yeah.
all nerds. And
The
everyone
parents are
around
nerds
him,
too.
yeah, everyone around him is a nerd. So like he's the one that I'm like, well, at least I know you're gonna be like a massive nerd, or you will be until a certain age, and then I hope you don't do the. No, I don't want any part of that because
That's
my
for
parents
kids.
like it. And I'm
my
like, no,
parents are
please
just
don't.
cringe.
Because right now he is all about it.
If you-
And he loves Pokemon and he loves Animal Crossing. Oh my gosh, he's obsessed
My
with
niece
Animal Crossing.
flipping loves Animal
Nice.
So
Crossing.
cute. Like Courtney will be like, "You want to go fishing?" He's like, "Yeah, I want to go fishing." So
Oh,
she'll
gonna go
hand
insane
him
when
she'll hand him
Update
the
comes out.
Switch and let him just sit there and fish, and he'll catch the fish. Like he's great at it.
Oh,
He never misses.
Lucky.
Like he's learned.
I fat finger that shit sometimes.
He's so good at it.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, no, he loves Animal Crossing. He's obsessed, and it's so cute.
Dude, we were talking
Riley, for
about
her
it.
birthday this year, because her birthday's in like April or something like that.
Mm.
She was like, "Mommy, can I get a Switch for my birthday?" And my sister was like, maybe Santa Claus can get it for you for Christmas."
Mhm.
So I have to talk to my sister and find out if she's gonna actually do that. Because if she is, I'm getting my niece Animal Crossing
Yeah.
Yeah.
and downloading
yeah.
all the DLC.
Oh yeah.
By the time it comes out, all the good shit will be in
Yeah,
there.
Oh, yeah.
So much good shit.
But
just-
And then she can leave my sister's island alone.
yeah.
We were just
Stop
talking about
messing
that in
with
the last recording. Actually, we were talking about how like Gen Z is like super like
They're a
better
special
than
breed.
us.
It's
Like,
like,
it's just like
I mean, that's the goal, right?
yeah, that is the goal. Like, you know, but you never
Generation to
expect it to be that
generation.
like that good. Like, I can't say the same for my sister, but like,
Hey,
That's
what
what happens when you're on the older
older.
side of the
Damn.
generation.
okay, so like I would say I won't say she went to the dark side, but she totally went to the dark side.
Oh, she did.
Like
Oh,
so like
no.
I got into anime really early because like we were around for like the longest time and it was like the closest thing to a male figure in our life. And like and like I was like, yeah, she's watching like Hell Girl at like 6.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then like I leave and then I come visit and she's like immediately into K-pop. I was like, shit.
Oh no.
I mean, I don't see a problem with
I
that,
don't know.
but-
To be fair, I don't have a problem with it. And it's partially my fault anyways, because I got into like old school like
Mhm.
K
Yep.
R&B shit that was
Mhm.
like I'm trying to be like an Asian like Boys to Men kind of
Yeah.
shit going on, and I was like, yeah, cool. Like you into it? I was like, Sheenie, all right, cool.
We
BTS,
still-
all right,
Have
cool.
we still not hooked up Lydia and your sister to just geek out over K-pop shit?
Well, it depends. Well, they haven't had a tour here in a while, so I've been waiting to like be like here, like
Make my sister go. Have
take
fun.
it, go. Also, I gotta talk to Leah because I don't know like what she's listening to now. I know the last time we talked about Blackpink, but like that was pretty much it. Which Blackpink's coming out with a documentary and like Apple Plus.
Does
I
she
wanna say.
know?
Or Disney Plus?
Heavy
I don't know.
breathing. They're great.
They are really good. I have to give them for that.
Oh yeah,
I had a thought and I lost it.
it's okay.
Was it still gaming?
Or was it the next generation being corrupted?
Corrupted.
speaking
I
of-
was
yeah,
saying.
they
I was saying.
corrupted
We
Next
were saying next
Generation.
generation is better than us, and then like they pick up things way better than we do on an electronical
I
standpoint,
mean,
and we
'cause-
have no reason to complain.
Well, because our generation is that last one where like we literally grew up at some point where
Yeah.
we weren't in that technological breakthrough,
Yeah.
and then we
But-
grew up with
I'm
it.
indifferent.
But can they set the clock on the VCR?
That was the difference.
No!
Well, see, that's the thing though, is that like they're totally. That's the thing I remember complaining.
They
about
can't
that.
analog.
It's not about. It's like they can like pick up how to use what they need to use on like a
Yeah.
device or anything, but ask them to do support on it. No.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: I mean,
But see, that's
you
why I
think
feel like
about
our
it-
generation is the VCR clock setters.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
but also too, like if you think about it, there's stuff that we picked up instantly
yeah.
That our parents.
that we can
still to
do,
this
but there's
day-
other
Well, yeah.
things that we're not that great at that they can do better.
Well, definitely, but
Oh, for
there's
sure.
like certain forms of outreach specifically that I think our successors are better than we are in terms of that.
No, they
like-
just have better equipment.
Well, they
Yeah.
also, I mean, they
Available.
also have better opportunity too, but they
Yeah.
just knew how to use it like really quickly while we still like. playing
Although I
catch
will
up on a
say-
longer reach.
I still am of the mindset that there's certain things that if you're like under a certain age, you just shouldn't have access to social
Agreed.
media.
Like my
because
agree.
dear God,
yeah.
I agree.
You know,
Riley doesn't
like-
have any access to any social media.
that's great.
I'm
Like
yeah.
because my thing is right. Like, do I have a problem with that as you get older? No, because at some point you are gonna have to like face all of the extra things that are like in the world and all that. But like to a certain extent, I do think that there's kids out there who are being exposed to way too much shit way too
Yeah.
young,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
it's going to affect them
I
in
totally agree.
negative ways.
My,
Like-
my-
But that's my
Now,
thing.
when you get to a certain age, you get to like, I don't know, like
11, 12?
16.
shit.
I
My
know.
my
mine's,
social
like, kinda
my
old,
social media
but-
was RuneScape. So
Yeah.
Wait,
right?
hey, that made a comeback.
Yeah.
It
Old
did.
school RuneScape made a
Yep.
comeback.
I
I was
love
watching
it.
the
No,
I was
like-
watching the boys.
I love
we didn't
Trash
need-
tapes come back on that.
Like, we didn't need Facebook. We didn't need MySpace or any of that. We had
No.
RuneScape.
RuneScape, bro. But then
You
again-
learned a lot of life lessons in
Oh
RuneScape.
no,
You do.
I didn't have RuneScape. I had chat rooms like Wolf Home and Neopets.
Neopets.
Oh yeah.
Remember Guy Online?
Yes.
Shit, even before all that, remember, what was it, AOL?
Yeah.
Well, I made that joke
Chat room.
earlier.
The fucking like,
Yes.
I made
like
that joke
the
on your
Mr.
stream
Ball
earlier,
fortune
like,
teller
ask-
shit was my favorite.
You have mail.
I
Yeah.
was saying I made that joke earlier. I was like, ask for the ASL.
That's what I was about to say that. It's like, ASL.
ASL.
What?
So, it's like,
Dude,
no.
you say that to somebody now, they'll be like, "What are you talking about?"
Do y'all remember my cousin was really heavy into this and he tried to get me into it, but I just couldn't get into it at the time. It was RPGing, but it was like text based RPGing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, forum RPG.
Yes,
RPG.
forum
I couldn't
RPG.
get
I
into
was
it.
forced onto that. Like a friend of ours, back in like club days, Ashley, like got me into
Oh.
it heavily when we were in high school, and I was like, cool. And I made like a really ridiculous one that was based off like, what was it? Get Backers.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like my thing is like it's less about age and more about knowledge.
Yes.
Like I don't really care. Like after like I would say 10 to 11 years old, I don't care like if you get into social media as long as you understand what the implications
yeah.
what the implications are when you're on social media. If you have a family that is knowledgeable enough to like
Okay,
teach you
that's true.
what it means
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
on social
how to
media.
be on there safely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
being on it safely, what it means
Yeah.
to be on social media,
Understand.
what are you
Okay.
giving up, what
Yeah,
are you, what
I
are you
agree.
relinquishing, like what do you need to do when there's something like this,
Yeah.
like kind of situation. Because I don't care, like if I had a child, I wouldn't even do like the parental like controls kind of thing because I think it's like abstinence to me. It just kind of doesn't really
Well, it's
work.
gonna
Yeah.
make them want to just,
Just seek it out.
I
Yeah.
would say my main thing is that they'll remember your fucking password. Anyways.
I mean, and
Oh, yeah.
here's the thing. Like, we all knew LimeWire was bad,
Oh yeah.
but
We still did it anyway.
we still had like
I
fire
still
ass
got my porn.
fucking-
All right.
Like, you got
No.
all the
Anime music
burning
videos for me.
CDs.
Anime music videos and
No.
just
Oh my God.
music.
No, it was just anime. I would watch. I would
Like-
wait weeks. To,
No,
Dude,
I would
remember-
watch that shit on YouTube,
I
but
was
it was
gonna say,
pixelated
no,
and it took like
remember
5.
watching on YouTube
And
and you
you
got
had
to
little-
watch the
Yes!
episode in
No.
3 parts?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Because I had fucking. I couldn't do that. I was like, I refuse.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
need
watch it
high
all in
quality
one.
bullshit.
I
so
didn't
I would
have a
wait a week
choice.
to batch download everything on my 56K.
I didn't have a choice because we had to go to the public library and I would
Oh,
sit
yeah,
there and we
that
would
makes
watch
sense.
anime at the public library.
Now, I remember getting
headphones
bootleg
on.
That makes
animes
sense.
from like
Yep.
Atlanta Underground.
Or we play
and stuff.
RuneScape. Those are the two things we would
RuneScape.
do.
Oh yeah, hit up the
Nice.
library.
Oh no,
go
we
play
hit that.
Remember?
We hit that in like all of our computers.
Early WordPress
Nothing
and
make myself cry.
MySpace.
You touched WordPress
Oh.
really early. I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
touch that.
I used it as like a really weird blog. Like I still have access to it and everything.
No,
It's absolutely crazy. Like I look back and I'm like, this is absolute
Zanga.
bullshit.
Zanga.
Oh my
That was like the
God.
original like super. That was Tumblr before Tumblr.
Yes, I remember that vaguely. I vaguely remember getting into that and then just stopping for whatever reason.
Yeah, that was like you make your
Early-
own like little
early-
forum and
oh
like
my God.
journal.
Early on DeviantArt, like people will complain about it now, but early on DeviantArt it was so much worse.
Oh, it was
yeah.
such crap.
Oh god.
Well, like early DeviantArt was like old school Tumblr at
Yes.
first.
Yeah.
It was
Like porn Tumblr.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where Rule
Before
34
they
was
finally got
born.
rid of the
Yep.
frog.
And then there was what was it? But no, MySpace is where we all learned how to do HTML.
And CSS.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember you teaching me stuff about MySpace because I had no idea.
Dude, man, that's like
But
that's
what was funny is like this is before we were dating.
Yeah.
But still, I was Jeffrey's MySpace page was so freaking cool. It was
Oh,
angsty as
God.
fuck.
It
You
was-
too?
Of course it was.
Yeah.
You too?
His was so angsty, dude.
I low key
Oh my
want to try and
God,
remember my.
I'm
Oh, I
not
don't even
even
think I have
gonna
I was
lie.
definitely the
I kind of
anime.
want to go see if
I was
can
definitely the
find
anime
it.
setup. It was like half Dragon Ball, half like
I remember my old email for that.
So good.
Oh,
I
you have
think
the
I
old email?
remember
My
mine.
old
No, it
email
doesn't exist anymore,
but I-
Mine
exist.
doesn't
Mine doesn't exist
either.
because it was Hotmail originally, and then Hotmail phased out.
My first one was Yahoo, and because I had that for a long period of
Yeah, I
time.
had Yahoo too.
It was
Great.
Maikuru Otaku at rocketmail.com.
Oh.
my God.
Yeah, katakana.
Mine was Tiger Cats.
Of course, it was Tiger Cats.
Tiger Cats at Hotmail.
Because of Tiger. Or yeah.
Well, that and also like my school mascot was
Never mind, it
tigers.
won't
so-
load,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
It
yeah.
go
won't. It
find-
won't even
I'm gonna
load.
go find it later.
You gonna find my MySpace
Yes, I
page?
am.
Oh god.
I think
No.
I still have mine up
Un-
too.
It's
Unfortunately, mine
so
shut down.
edgy.
It's so
No,
great.
they took mine down.
I
It
think
was
mine's
so-
been
Mine's probably
taken
down
I
back.
had some
too.
risque
I actually
shit.
don't even know.
I had some
Here's the
straight up.
thing: if you have a MySpace page, see
No,
if
there
you
was
have
this.
it.
There was this anime called Girls Bravo that was. Wait, you know Girls Bravo?
I've heard of it.
Oh my god.
And I was like, wait a minute.
So like, because like you know
Jeez.
Brian, right?
Yeah.
That's how I got him into like the world of like
oh no.
like ecchi anime was Girls Bravo because I had that from
Oh.
I like bought that
I
at
don't
a
even-
Sam's Goody.
Wait, can you even access MySpace anymore?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
still can.
Because I'm looking at.
Hey,
its
do
main
you remember
page
that Justin
itself.
Timberlake
can't
bought
get on it.
that company?
What was yours? It was Neo Geo, wasn't it?
Some shit like that.
Something stupid.
Neo.
I couldn't tell you. Mine was like forever ago, so I don't even know what it was anymore. I can't look at my phone. I wouldn't know.
Dude.
What was it? MySpace, Zanga, Guy Online. God.
Oh, it looks so different.
Oh,
Yeah.
Profiles.
how do
There
I
we
do
go.
No,
this?
well, to be fair, like it became more of like a music front
I noticed.
because when Justin Timberlake bought it.
Sign in with your Facebook to find out what you can sign in with Facebook. What?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah, because like,
Sign
Hey,
in with Facebook.
well, everyone's using Facebook's API to like do.
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Almost everyone's using.
All right.
it.
Well, I'll do this later.
Same.
But anyways,
I'm curious now.
I'm curious if I could find because his was more
I won't find
entertaining than
mine.
mine. His was very entertaining. His was like, you could get any girl you wanted with your MySpace page. Just saying. No, 100%. He was a walking stereotype as far as his MySpace page. went.
No.
Yes, it was. Like angsty emo boy, basically.
I think I had like some anime, like Inuyasha shit.
And he had
Polos,
some
and
it
then
was
No,
like
I had
some
anime
triangles.
It was
as
very
well. It was like
subtle,
subtle anime
but there
in
was
here.
subtle
It's like
anime things hidden
The one
throughout
thing-
among the
There's a wolf
hard
somewhere
rock.
from Wolf's Rain.
Oh my gosh! It was,
Don't-
it
I
was
did.
just
Oh,
great.
I know
I
you
did.
did.
It was great.
We talked about that before. You obviously had Wolf's
It was
Rain on
either
there.
I ended up switching it out from like either Wolf's Rain or Inuyasha's ending, and maybe even
State of
Trigun.
Bones, all of Cowboy Bebop's on Netflix now, obviously.
yeah.
Um,
Well, it's
I-
here,
wait.
but it's not loading.
Oh no!
I would say mine got shut down.
I'm pretty sure mine got shut down too because I
Yeah.
haven't been on there.
Mine
for-
got shut down because I had a lot of risque shit on that.
Oh.
on there. By the end of it, it was like just full degeneracy. Like I had like Girls Bravo, Grenadier, there was a piece of like a reference to my first ever hentai DVD I bought, which is Leatherman. I'm trying
That
to-
just sounds like it would be.
Oh no, it was awful.
100%. That just sounds like it would be a hentai.
Soon
Yeah, no,
may the
everything
Leatherman
about it's like dumb as hell. Like it's like old school shit. It was like the pubes change
Damn it.
color every scene. Like mid fucking.
saw things.
Shit was so horrible.
Oh my god.
I was like so proud of it.
Oh
I
no!
got a shit in like Sam Goody. I was like, I got this. I wasn't even old enough.
Oh no!
Oh, good old Sam Goody.
Sam Goody, man. The
Dude.
motherfuckers at like Tallahassee didn't give a shit.
No,
No,
I
they did
fucking
not.
loved Sam Goody so much.
Yeah, all.
They did not care.
I
Like you could
remember that.
clearly
That and
see
Suncoast?
like all of the
Suncoast. That's where I
Suncoast.
get my
I
Inuyasha
was-
movies.
Dang, I was so fucking mad when they closed
Suncoast
down.
is how I got
Yeah,
into
because well,
Ghost in the Shell.
they were the places that actually had the if you got it on launch day, they gave you like the keychains
Yes!
and
Yeah,
stuff.
Yes, I still have a few of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. That was definitely like how you got into anime, like in our town.
Yeah, Suncoast.
Suncoast is
What was
definitely it.
that?
Oh
was,
no.
Oh no! Did you find it?
That was a oh god.
No, I found Wolf Home. It still exists.
What? Let me see it.
Wait, you found what?
Oh god.
Give me.
Wait,
Oh.
what?
The
What is
website.
this?
It was a chat room type
The
thing where you
chat.
could go in, you have your own little avatar, and
This
if you
is
got it good
so
enough,
cool.
you could even upload your own drawings and make them into your avatars. Give me that shit. I want to see if it actually still fully logs in.
Oh. Please
Hang
tell
on,
me they're
hang
using
on.
the same API.
Oh, that'd be so good.
That'd be so
Oh.
funny. It looks the
Oh.
same though. Like it looks like the same trashy
Yeah.
like.
I don't think my MySpace is gonna look the same because they changed the whole
not.
No,
platform.
well like what was it back in like 2012, 2014 when Justin Timberlake bought it and like they basically was like, oh, this is now like a place for people on music page, and then Spotify came out and was like,
Fucked. But yeah, because I'm like, oh man, because it was a lot, and there was interactive bits depending on where you scrolled.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I put in so much work.
You like put in all the
he
shit.
did. He put in like so much work.
Like if you typed something, it would
It
like
would
I had
do
commands
something.
Oh,
that
true.
would pop up. I
Yeah.
was
No, the most
his
I did was
I'm not gonna lie. His MySpace page was pretty lit.
the most I did was like Flash animation.
Dude, we're
Like, that was
aging
pretty much it,
ourselves so
'cause I
hard
was
right
obsessed
now.
with New Ground.
what's up?
I said we're aging ourselves so hard right
Yeah.
now.
I
I don't
talking
care.
about
Just
MySpace.
second
and shit.
puberty. I don't
Whatever.
give a shit. I feel fine with it.
Like, come on! I already
love
mentioned
how-
VCR. He mentioned CRT
That's true.
and Laserdisc.
and laser
Laser dicks. you
Laser
mean.
dicks.
Laser
Excuse
dicks.
me. I'm sorry.
laser
Laser
dicks.
Pinky out. Mm.
Ain't got no more.
You ain't got no more?
Ain't got no more.
Too bad. I don't care about I love nostalgia.
I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I remember all the shenanigans I would get into playing RuneScape back in the
Yeah.
day. Because you did the straight up one time, because my main account, someone stole all my shit.
Oh, no.
Literally, hacked my main account. I was so mad. I put
Yeah.
so much work into that. And
Nah.
I was high level. Someone took all my shit, stole all my shit, and then I literally had nothing. And then the next time, I couldn't get into my account. I was like,
Yeah, because they changed your password. Yeah.
We should get on the Mile High.
and then I made a new account, and I was like, I want to see if this works. And I pulled the whole "I'm a girl" bullshit.
Here we go.
Just throwing shit because I was like, is it gonna work? And I
the
was just
thing
like,
is, there's no vocal chat. You literally
You
just
have no
type, "I'm
idea.
a girl."
So it's
and
like,
then,
can someone help me? I'm a girl.
to this game and I'm a girl.
I was definitely one of the
I never
catfish.
knew
I'm
about
just
I was definitely a catfish motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
I got
Mostly
some
on
weird
a
shit.
Yeah.
I
not
would-
WoW. It was
No, because I
City of
kept.
Heroes.
Yeah, because I
It's
would
like-
keep my all my starter shit and then just look like I just started.
I would
And
just
I'm
I
a
would just have a
girl.
second character.
I'm new to this game.
Yeah.
Ah, da, da, da.
Yeah, I was mostly solo, so like
I need
made a
help.
girl
Yeah,
character.
that's the thing. I was solo. I
So
didn't
we
really
used
play
to-
too often.
We used to play again at me and Josh and
So cringy now. Sorry.
and my cousin Landon. We would all play together, and his username was just eggs.
Just eggs.
No,
Just
I've,
eggs.
I played with Landon too.
I don't
And,
remember half my stuff.
Dude, we would get in so many shenanigans. We would go do just random shit half the time. We wouldn't even take it seriously. We'd just be on there. We'd just all
Nope.
be chatting and
That shit talk.
screwing around.
Yeah. I mean, for us when we were in school, RuneScape was less of the play and more about saying wherever the fuck we wanted.
Well, and that's why I said
While we're,
before
This
they,
close together.
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I said RuneScape was
Yeah.
social media.
We should
Yeah.
get on the Mile High and get back on it.
Do it.
Dude, I'll play
You're gonna have my
RuneScape.
house
do
and
it.
they're going, how the fuck do you play this?
I'll play on
It's
RuneScape. I don't care.
shockingly easy,
So
honestly,
Sure it
truly.
is.
Dude, I'll play
Hell, you can even play
RuneScape.
it on mobile. You
Yeah.
just-
Shoot,
no,
I'll
I'm not
stream
doing that
that
shit.
shit.
No,
I don't
give
give
me
a
the keyboard and mouse for
fuck.
that.
Yeah, no.
I'll stream it. I don't give a fuck.
Look, man, right now, Moist Critical is on that shit, and Shroud's on fucking RuneScape.
Because it
for some
was
reason.
good. And
It's
it
a
was
good game.
entertaining. And it
I-
was simple. Again, it could be as simple or as complicated as you wanted to make it. And that's what was cool about it.
Yeah, but that's not the thing I get at. I want to seriously figure out what makes a group of big streamers or a group of because there's a group of RPGers that this elite group of RPGers that basically if they switch to it, everyone else goes
Mhm.
goes to that RPG.
Mm.
There was a time when people got on Cabal again, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
really?
They
Cabal?
putting in that bag?
Yeah, God, I couldn't. I mean, I did play it back,
Mm.
Nope.
but yeah, I always get it funny when streamers and things of that nature get into a game out of nowhere, and it's always a random game that no one plays anymore, kind of thing. It was weird that Minecraft had a resurgence afterwards. 'Cause I was like, I mean, I can't. Okay, I see it coming out. It's cool. You do you, I guess. And then everybody's fucking playing it. It's well, Jack Cyberguy's playing it, and fucking this guy's playing it. Why can't I play it? I'm
I mean, it is also just fun, mindless fun.
It is
I
a
got-
mindless
we got
fun game, but I
Minecraft
feel
for
like it's too
Riley.
much.
Playing on the Switch.
Oh,
I
I
don't know if she's actually played it very much.
I don't think she did.
No.
I would say John likes playing it more than she did.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
kind of hooked on WoW right now, though.
I can't.
Nope,
not anymore.
Like I.
nope, not at
That's
all.
I hate.
One
to be
thing I
serious about
never,
it.
I never cared
I couldn't
for,
either.
which is weird
Well,
because
I like the
I do
concept
like,
of it.
Yeah.
but
I
I
just
just didn't
RPGs
like the
and I
monthly
like-
paying for a
yeah,
game.
and maybe that's why.
No,
but
the
like,
lore of WoW is like so good.
But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just-
It's
I,
it's such a good series in terms of
I don't
lore.
know if probably why I didn't get into it is it was just so toxic.
Yeah, there was that. and
That's
I also
probably
didn't
why.
like how you played it. I didn't like playing on the keyboard.
I think yeah,
and,
I
like,
think
even
more so
then,
because
I-
more so because like back when it was like really popular is when like it was not common for we did like video games, but still like as far as like in general it was like girls don't play video games. And it
Yeah.
was very much that
yeah.
and
Weirdly,
I think this is why I never got into it because it was so like I would hear other people talking about how they would play,
Yeah.
or like my cousin played it a lot, and other people I knew, but it was always coming up of how like there was never any women who played the game because as soon as they did, it was
If
just
they found
Oh,
out you
no.
were, if they
Toxic.
found out you were a
They
yeah,
found
girl,
out
they
if you
found
found
out you
out.
were a female. They literally were like
Oh,
burn
yeah.
her at the stake, and you're just like,
Yeah.
what
it was
the
it was
hell?
wrong.
and you know
Why?
what's weird?
And-
It was less toxic back then. Like it was.
Yeah, it's,
That's what
like
people
well,
say. Yeah,
I wouldn't say
just-
it became way more
It's-
toxic. It's
yeah.
just a different type of toxic. And now I
Yes.
just don't I don't want to like
yeah.
support
Yeah, it-
Blizzard right now because
Yeah,
of
I
everything that's
just-
happened with it. So
Yeah.
I canceled my
Right.
subscription like forever ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause my
Like the last
thing-
game I bought from them was Black Ops, and that was right before like we found out all the stuff. Like, with
Yeah.
it. So I don't play that. I won't play Warzone anymore. Like I just can't. I can't support them right now.
I mean, I'm not giving them my money, but I'll still play Warzone just because
Yeah.
I enjoy.
Wait, Warzone's
playing it.
Blizzard?
Yeah, it's Blizzard Activision.
Activision.
It's Act.
Blizzard
I was
Act-
Acti.
It's
Blizzard
the
Activision.
same, basically. They're the
Well, Activision owns Blizzard,
Ac-
but
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Basically, they're
but
like
they're
this.
technically
Because
the
I'm like,
name
wait.
is the name is the name is Blizzard Activision, but Activision owns Blizzard.
yeah.
I was just like, when did that
Yeah,
happen?
majority.
Where have I been?
That
Oh,
was
they're
like
in.
years ago too.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't talk about that. I have thoughts, and
Ah,
I'm not going
gosh.
to talk about them.
About the whole
I
situation.
have-
I don't
It's
care.
just,
That might- yeah.
it's just very much a fuck Activision.
Oh, I mean, fuck both of them.
yeah, fuck
Because the
Activision.
problem is that
fuck
this is not even
Blizzard,
Activision.
like-
This is Blizzard.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
like-
both of them though.
But both, I mean, Activision let it happen, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is Blizzard's like actual
Yeah.
company that like
Yeah.
like put all like had that all
Yeah.
in the thing.
Both
and it
of
just
them
every
are just
time
so
it just feels like
so-
every time we hear about them, it just gets worse and worse.
It
and
does.
Worse. And I'm just like, I can't. Like the
Yeah.
like out of like just sheer like I just can't. Like there's no way like I could sit here and be like, I'm gonna play this game and like I just I'll feel awful like the entire time. So I just don't do it. I installed it. It was fine too because it's not like they did anything fixing on Warzone anyways. It's still
Yeah.
fucking shitty.
We're gonna add
No.
anti-cheat.
Optimization.
4 years later, we're
Look,
gonna
man,
add
they're the reason-
anti-cheat.
They're the reason why I spent $250 for a fucking 2 terabyte like SSD. So literally that's the only reason I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Then
there's.
you got New World that's destroying them.
I just
Oh,
think
the
it's.
new world became the new crisis. There's a difference.
I just think it's
Yeah.
so funny how like, even like right before a lot of this stuff was coming out, but like, still like all of these things with like it's Warzone in particular. With them never fixing anything that are simple fixes that it really wouldn't take that much to do,
What is?
and then they're just like, nah, fuck that. But you guys want Rambo, right? Like you guys want Rambo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this isn't.
No.
Well, even
Fortnite.
if it's
and
not
then, and then on top of that, so like,
You guys want Judge
so they're
Dredd,
like,
right?
there's that, and then yeah, so you want this, right? And you want this, or oh look, we're not fixing this, but look, tracing guns, and you're just like, what?
yeah,
What?
you can
And
pay
then-
like $10 to $14
And then you know, like everyone's getting hyped about like Battlefield, right?
Oh,
Battlefield.
2042.
Is totally probably gonna blow it out of the water, and as soon as it does, Warzone will be dead. And
We'll see.
see that's what I said, because like yeah, there's some like, if it had even like half of like the feel of like that Warzone does as far as their multiplayer goes, I'll probably end up playing Battlefield. But now I know some people who like, I know some people who don't like, because it is slightly different most of
Yeah.
the
Oh,
time.
it's very different.
It's different.
But from what I've heard a lot of people talk about is that it's gonna be good, and I don't care. Like, if it is like even because Warzone is like I liked PUBG. I liked PUBG and I enjoyed playing that until I found out about Warzone, and I was like, oh, I just like the feel of like Warzone. Like a lot of that is just because it reminds me of because it reminds me of like, dude, we used to go so hard on like freaking Black Ops and Black Ops 2. And
even
like
Modern Warfare
and like just all of those multiplayers to me were so fun, and I enjoyed that so much, and I missed having that with like people that I knew.
Again, all the things before Activision.
Yeah, and so but yeah, so like if Battlefield is anything remotely close to it, I will probably leave Warzone and be like, all right, only this because fuck Activision. And also I think it's funny how, you know, they're talking like Battlefield keeps talking about all this stuff, and Activision keeps just trying to be like, but look, we have this. And I'm like, rather than fixing the problems that you have, you're just going to be like, here, we're just going to keep pushing things to get you to just spend money from us and just buy things from us. But we're not going to fix the actual issues. And then when this other game comes out and totally fucks us over, we're going to be screwed. And I hope it does.
You know what still pisses me off, though?
What?
Like, Call of Duty story, like, campaigns are still, like, fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
Vanguard 1 is still
like,
my
I played
favorite.
the Black Ops one, so fucking amazing.
Oh,
like, I hate it. I hate it so much that
why is it
that
so
part
good?
is so good.
Dude.
Like, because, like, Battlefield has not been good since, like,
their storyline.
Battlefield 2.
Yeah, now I will say, like, because
As long as it doesn't, like, it's
Even
not
the-
Battlefield 5, it'd be fine.
even the remake, well, it's not really a remake, but like, you know,
Modern
the
Warfare?
Modern Warfare. So
Yeah, it's
I was
amazing.
watching Josh play it, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, this shit's fucking intense,
Oh,
bro.
it's amazing.
But it's so good because realistically, that's what it's like. And like,
Yeah.
I've watched like,
It's the closest thing you'll get to
I've
it.
watched some military, like active military people, like watch people playing the campaign, and they're like, that checks out.
Yeah.
That would be accurate. That like, and most of the
You
stuff,
watch Gameology?
and most of the stuff they were like, I have no issue with this. Like, there would be only like a very few things that they were like, all right, that's a little unrealistic.
Right.
But for the most part, they're like, everything about this checks out. This is how we would do certain stuff. And I'm like, if Battlefield could do something like that, dude, that would be it.
Well, I
there
think
would be
that's-
just none of it.
I think that's
Like,
why I
you'd
like
be
it
dead.
because it doesn't even go that route. It's
Yeah,
like
you'd be
they
dead.
went back to like Battlefield like 3 or 4 kind of situation, which is good or bad depending on what you get out of it. I played the demo and it's just kind of nuts.
Mhm.
Playing a demo was kind of felt like Battlefield 4 a little bit because it was very glitchy.
Mm.
But like as soon as the tornado came into play, we didn't get the wingsuits. That's the only problem I had. Because this it was only like one place and it was Conquest, which is like one of my least favorite like parts of it because it's just I personally don't like it because it just becomes like a long schlaw if like you're not getting what it is, and then it's still incredibly hard to pilot anything. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like I was trying to do a helicopter and like I did like one move and I was just like, oh, I'm upside down. How are we gonna fix this? We're not gonna fix it. And there'd be times where I'm like, I'm gonna land, and I'm like landing sideways, and it's still like, oh, we're still good. And someone like would run in, shoot my ass, and then leave with the fucking
Oh my
airplane
gosh.
sideways, roll it off. What?
That makes sense.
Yeah, totally. But
Video
it
game
was fun for what it is. My only problem is that like I hope that the actual game that I put money into already,
Yeah.
like actually,
Yeah.
because you have to pre-order it.
Damn it.
Because they're
But-
like, it's an open beta. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you pre-order it.
Yeah. But
But
that's
how they get you.
like, I'm not gonna lie though. I hope that and I don't
just
know
hope
what's
it's
gonna
fun.
happen because again, it's one of those shitty things where it's a company that has a lot of money and a lot of, but there's a lot of fucked up shit
Yeah.
that has happened, and I really hope that they get what's coming to them
We
because
have
they will.
the thought process. This is still EA, so like you're just kind of like,
yeah,
okay.
and that's and yeah, basically.
It's like, which
It's-
one's worse?
I
it's-
just because it's like more like weirdly less so on that because Dice has kind of like always been doing their thing and they have their
Yeah,
own
oh, yeah.
engine. But now I'm just sitting there. I was like, all right, let me hear what you got for Dragon Age because dear God, like they
Yeah.
already said it's not a live service like game. And then it's going to be a single player game,
F.
as far as I
Right.
know, which I'm
Well,
perfectly
that's
fine
fine.
with. Like as long as they keep doing it. I mean, they already and this is so sad. I wanted Anthem 2.0 to happen.
Yeah.
So bad because the concept of Anthem,
Concept of
even
Anthem
after all
was
the
great.
accidental parts of it, was
Well-
so good. Like the concept of Anthem was such a good idea. It just was implemented so badly,
Yeah.
and the launch was so bad. It was just hard to come back from. But they had they were working on a 2.0, and EA was like, "Nah, we're not gonna let that happen. We're just gonna
let it-
shove them and make them work on the new Dragon Age
Dragon Age.
and new Mass Effect, because they're working on that sort of at the same time."
Baby?
Norris, are
He's
you
fine, he
alive?
just woke up.
Yeah.
Woke
I
up out of
just-
nowhere.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
You want to play games, right?
Yeah, I want to get on
Well, yeah,
Unite. I'm trying to get on
Anthem,
ranked.
oh, God. Freaking Anthem. That was.
I wish, even
Well,
if there was an accident with
that's
flying,
literally why I built that PC.
it did require a lot, didn't it?
Because
I didn't play it on PC until like way later, though.
That's literally why I built that
Yeah.
PC
That's funny.
originally.
It was so much of an interesting like idea. It's just like the launch was so bad. It was just like, this is not going anywhere, unfortunately.
What is wrong?
He's coughing. Is that a reverse sneeze?
It's a reverse.
It's a reverse sneeze.
Need.
He just has to
He probably needs to go outside and get some water.
Let him either drink or lick
You got-
something.
You want water?
like something.
Yeah, I mean that's
Come
how
on,
you
buddy.
get rid of it. Because then
Yeah.
he
Come on,
Mhm.
Let's go. Ooh,
he'll
Yeah.
breathe through his mouth instead of his nose.
come on.
Oh, Norris.
So, speaking of like updates, and we need to talk about Animal Crossing, and I'll wait until Mel comes back.
He's not having it. He's waiting
Go,
for
go.
permission.
He's waiting on me.
One of us, yeah. He looked at
But
you
yeah, I'm
first.
just like,
Now you have to get the new Switch, the OLED Switch. I mean, it's currently sold out, but
everything's sold out.
that's besides the point.
I mean,
Oh, did you see? Did you see the new AMD 6600?
Yeah. It's already sold out.
I mean,
It hasn't even come out yet. It's already
Come on.
sold out. I was just like,
well, what's her face that's over AMD has like hopes in the next year, but I'm just like,
I'm
cool.
just like,
Which even then, like that woman is winning. Like I don't
oh
care
yeah,
who
she's
you.
killing
I don't.
it.
She is. I don't know what the fuck she's like coming up with that shit, but the way she's like changed that company around immediately
Oh
with
yeah,
the Ryzen
it's
series, like
completely
it's just like it's insane how like AMD in like the short like what was it 6 years ago,
yeah.
6 or 7 years ago when they first started the Ryzen series, like
Mhm.
like how they just came back because the FX was such a shitty card.
Oh,
It's cards-
God.
The only card that was even remotely worth it, and I had it, was the 8350, and that was it. It was the only card that was good, and even then, it wasn't even that good because I had
Shit,
I had
liked
overheating
my-
issues.
Yeah, I liked my what was it? It was the RX 580.
580, okay.
But yeah, that Vega, that's shit. The
Dude, I never picked up the Vita, so like
Vega
I got
64 or the Vega.
I was
56.
Nvidia like up front, and I had
I was
a
cheap. I
55.
just went cheap, and then the Vega. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a higher end AMD.
Well, that was the weird part because when I was going for AMD,
'Cause,
that
yeah,
was
on
actually more expensive
paper-
than what I was getting.
yeah,
So
on
I-
paper it looked great, but God,
Yeah, I did it with a 55,
ah.
like 55, 550. That's what it was.
Yeah.
550. That's what it is. And like I had that for like a while until I eventually like got up to a 1060 and then got to a 1660. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
gonna want to come back
Like,
eventually. He'll bark.
Like now, I'm not having much problems with the Vega. Well, I think it's more with just their software.
Right. So I was waiting until you get back. What is so you watched the direct for Animal Crossing, right?
Nope.
Oh, you haven't watched it yet?
Nope.
Oh,
I
my
haven't
God.
been watching a lot of the directs. I don't know why. It's just I think mainly because they come out when I'm like at work or busy
Right.
doing something.
They always come out at like noon
But
for us.
I mean, I saw like a picture of like you get to make a vacation house, and I'm like, ooh.
Oh, that's like your job. So like the DLC itself, I forgot what it's called, something paradise, but like literally you like leave to like go to like have a vacation. like go to the. You're basically like a designer, like an
Uh-huh.
architect, and so you go around and build people's like vacation houses and shit of that nature, and some other stuff, and you can like even have like some other like random characters that will come in and do that. There's Brewsters, which is weirdly like the
Yes.
least like interesting part to me. Like Brewster, I love Brewsters with a passion, but like that was like the part like out of all the like the announcements that they made, that was the one that seemed like lackluster compared to all the ones, because like there's a storage shed now that you can put out on the outside, and it's connected to your house,
Yes.
and there's also a bank that you can put out outside wherever you want.
That's awesome.
There's also permaladders. You can
Yeah.
also increase the amount
I'm
of
excited about that.
there's also you can increase the amount of bridges and inclines. You can there's now you can now get up to 5,000 you can go up to 5,000 in inventory for your house.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I get
Shit.
so much shit.
Yeah, it's for me it's clothing.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
yeah. I have most of it is clothing, and then the other part is like decorations for like. Well, if I ever wanted to change my theme, and it's
Yeah.
literally like an entire other theme of just stuff.
Even then that's like 20% of my inventory. The other is
Yeah.
like just clothing that I'll just
So
keep
many
on that I
clothes.
never will wear.
Yeah.
Because I'm just
Oh.
I'm
collecting
starting to
that
gift
shit.
like half my clothing to my villagers because I'm
Oh.
like, I need to get rid of shit.
Now your villagers can visit you, and they'll invite you to their house sometimes.
Nice.
There's more characters that's coming out, including another set of like amiibo cards when it comes out on November 5th.
Nice.
The DLC for it, which is $25, comes out also on that time, which is the vacation thing. You can change fencing. There's new. Oh, you can cook now. So the garden that you might have worked on actually will be useful.
The growing area for the flowers
Yeah.
that's now
That's cool.
useless.
Fuck, there's so much shit that they're adding into.
I'm excited. I mean, I've always liked Animal Crossing because again, it's one of those games.
It's just relaxing.
Well, it's one of like for me, that's how like I am about like Minecraft, because Minecraft I can just kind of like go mindless and just do whatever I want, and
Yeah.
same with Animal Crossing. Like both of those games have always been like that for me. So like, I mean, I will obviously like buy the DLC, whether or
just
not I end up
always-
playing it as much. Like I absolutely will, because I love it. Like,
Are you having fun there, Jeff?
I just
I don't know what I'm
What
doing.
I don't know what you're doing.
what are you?
I
doing?
don't. He was
He just
staring
has-
that. He was staring the camera down.
Oh.
He's just like
Hard.
staring the camera
Oh.
down and just like playing. And I'm like, all right. I just always enjoy when Nintendo, actually like keep support for a game and not just
Yeah.
like throw it to the side.
It's like, oh, it's been a year
Mario
or
Super
two.
Party.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's been like a year or two. Let's let it die.
Yeah, I'm still very butthurt about Mario Party.
Although it's so
It
fun,
has so much
I
potential.
still play.
It had so much potential, and they just
But
stopped
like, you
the
could add
support.
some more. Yeah, you know. But
Heck
that's
No,
the
instead
thing.
we'll just come out with Mario Party Superstars.
You could have just.
There he is.
Oh,
Yeah,
Boo!
I was so
Here,
angry
how
about
You
that.
go get him.
Like I was so angry about that, and like people were like trying to be all like they very like, because a friend of mine is like super Nintendo, right? And so he like
Mhm.
never has anything bad to say about it, and I'm like, come on, man, like you have to admit that like that's such a shitty thing to do, to be
Damn
like,
it. Oh,
all right,
there
we're
he
only
goes.
it's like we're only gonna give you like a multiplayer update,
Cat
and
on
then
the
like that's it.
table.
You don't get more maps. You don't get anything
Yeah.
else. Instead, we'll give you a rehash of not a game, but like your favorite, like some favorite maps from N64 versions of it, and just call it a game.
Dang.
And I'm like, fuck you guys. I'll still get it because it's worth it for like at least the four of us.
Yep.
Which there's still too many games. There's still too many games I want us to play together, because like
I
a
know.
lot of the games we grabbed is like
Yeah.
for 4 people.
Sure. Absolutely.
It's too much.
What about Back 4 Blood?
I'm gonna get it. Okay.
Well, I didn't have to buy it because it's on Xbox.
It's on the Game Pass.
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna
like
get
luckily
it.
Hey,
I am
Game
gonna
Pass is
get
$1
it.
right now.
it is
I have
$1
find
to
what
get
game
in.
to
And then
play
it's
next,
$10
'cause As soon as I'm done with Bayonetta 2.
Wait a minute, how many can I add to my family?
Because, like, I need. I think.
Come on, buddy. So we can
Brilliant
shut the
Pearl
door.
and Shining Diamond come out, or Shining Pearl and
Come
Brilliant
on,
Because
Diamond.
she's
Good
never played
boy.
that generation.
I never did either.
Oh,
I did, but I don't
I don't know which one to get
remember
though.
it.
I like
because-
I'm thinking
Platinum.
getting Diamond.
Oh, sorry. Go.
Darn it, no!
I'm thinking of getting Diamond to get Dialga.
Yeah.
So I'm being Pearl.
Do you want
I
to get
guess
down
so.
or what?
Because you know what we're gonna do.
Because
is
I
anyways.
hate those legendaries. I don't like those particular legendaries.
What
Oh,
Hold up.
oh,
Diamond and
oh,
Pearl?
oh, oh.
What is happening?
He's
The
trying
dog.
to hang himself with the microphone cable.
That's nothing new.
Norris,
Oh,
gotta
dear.
figure this out.
Oh dear. No.
It's
I
It's gonna
think
be like,
because
why
that
is
comes
it
out in
closed?
November, doesn't it? The new Pokemon.
Yeah.
Or I just say new, but the
A
remake.
lot of big games is coming out.
Oh, no.
Well, Metroid Dread's out, and that's pretty popular right now.
I'm kind of
Norris.
sad. I'm disappointed in it. I'm not gonna lie, because what I really wanted.
Was like
Metroid Prime.
it was basically Prime. Yeah.
Can you let
Well,
him out?
Prime's coming out, but that's not for another
But
year.
I wanted a new
What's
Metroid
coming?
game that was in the first person,
in the
like
style
Prime
of
we
it.
was.
already we already knew that Dread was coming out anyway.
I
It's gonna be a
know,
side
but I was
scroller,
just.
but
Well, they already said that Prime's not going to come out for another year, and even then, we're not
All better
expecting
now?
it. Like,
Yeah.
No,
Wanted
I just
Dread to
want.
be
I
first
just
person
wanted
instead
a
of side
new.
scrolling.
I just
Savage
wanted a
Retro?
new
That's what
one
it
that
was.
was done in that
it's
because
going to take time.
it was so good.
We need a
Prime
good
was
shooter
so
for the Switch.
good.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, Prime
and-
is a good game.
It is so good.
Yeah.
It's
Like
definitely Prime 2. Like,
Yeah.
It was such a good game.
it was so good, and I never really had played a lot of the Metroid games. Until that one, because I would watch
Prime.
Josh play it, and he was like, "Do you want to play?" And I was like, "Yeah," and it was good. I didn't finish it, but every time I would play it, I was like, "This is so fun!" Like,
As much as I liked it, I really wanted to play Dread because I love
I mean,
Arcadia games.
yeah, and it's still like
I mean, yeah,
I'm
it
not gonna lie, it
captures the
still
original
looks
essence.
yeah,
of-
and it still looks fun, and I still may pick it up just because I want something different, and a side scroller would be kind of fun.
You know
but-
what? Screw it. We're doing a third-person shooter.
There's too many games right now.
There's so many.
Like, I was like, oh, Back 4 Blood's out, and I've been like playing
No.
Destiny like hardcore, so I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm playing like New World, which is really good, like in a weird way, but it's also like kind of a crisis game right now.
Can it run New World?
Well, no, it's kind of weird because like generally like there are video cards that are crashing
missed it a minute
and
ago. I
like,
got
no
this.
longer working because of it.
Oh no.
Luckily, like, you know, EVGA has like one of the best like forms of like customer service ever, so they were like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, we'll just give you a new one. It's fine. Because they already said that the VRM chip is like kind of so they were like, there was definitely some cut on the corners of it, and they admitted it. So they were like, yeah, we'll just get you a new one, and we fixed it.
Sad.
For
My laptop is starting to not be
Oh.
able to handle certain things. and
Well, that's why I knew-
1650M.
that's why I ended up getting my
Oh, is it
PC,
1650?
because my poor
Yeah,
laptop
not
was starting to-
1660.
I'm
Oh, that
really
means, like,
sad.
That means you don't really have like the actual like encoder on it. So it's like
I mean,
it's there, but it's not.
You're gonna
like
have to go
the-
PC mode.
There's a version of
Oh,
it.
I know. I'm just sad because like I know how expensive that's gonna be.
Like,
Well-
well, like and that's the shitty part. Like, especially right now when
So
getting a video
awful.
card is so hard. Like, it's
Yeah.
actually better to
Yeah.
get a pre-made,
A pre-built.
But even then,
You're still spending at least
You're
1400.
yeah,
and
it's
up.
1400 at the lowest to get one that you want for streaming purposes.
Don't
Yeah.
you have some parts? Or did we
It
use them all?
depends. I think I still have a 1660, but I can't. No, not 1660. A 1600, but I can't remember. And I wouldn't use that for streaming because that was one of the
No.
main reasons why I got a 1660.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the only parts I have is like some of them that you gave me.
Yeah, I was like, here's a
'Cause I-
power supply.
I went and
Here's
got
the-
me like an 850 for that one because like I was like, I'm throwing like 6 fans on that.
Yeah.
I seeded his graphics card.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh hey babe, can you see the graphics
It's one.
card?
It's one step. One step.
We're getting there.
I made her like.
Yeah, he
Uh,
made me build it. Like, he was there with me, but
Well,
he
I
made me
just
build
was
it.
like, I don't want to fuck this up. But he was just like, can you see my graphics card? And I was like, say that again. That was just, I don't know why. That was nice. Say it again.
Is it the same feeling of sit on me, daddy?
Oof.
I mean,
I don't know. I mean, besides that, I mean,
I was just saying, I mean, not quite like that, but it was to the effect of like back when he's like was studying, like, and he started just like talking about all these medical terms he's learning, and I'm just like, tell me more.
Mike would go off like when he was doing ITT and stuff. Like, he would be talking. Like, part of me understood some of it because like I was somewhat knowledgeable. Then there were other parts that I was just like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mhm.
But this is cool.
Yep.
Well, that's also why I was like very adamant about making you like build your own PC because I really wanted you to have like the same feel of like that we had when you build your first PC and like you feel accomplished, and especially since if you like run into issues with it like we did, be like shit, like it's not working. What do we do?
All the troubleshooting.
Like all the
Oh,
troubleshooting
yeah.
because like hers had the same issues yours did, where like
It need to be uploaded
the
or
card
updated.
the card didn't was like outdated, so you had the BIOS was outdated for the card, so you had to like
So we had to go.
well, it was much easier on hers than yours
Oh,
because
yeah.
she has an actual flashback set up on there that you can just pop in and do it.
Nope.
Whereas yours, we had to like fucking pull something from my end to
Yeah, like, hey, we need
drop-
another computer.
Yeah, we need
so
another
we could-
controller.
Oh,
and,
God.
yeah,
So
we
we had
had
to
to,
download
we
the
had
newest
to drop
BIOS.
mine and like basically connect his motherboard to my setup so
Yeah,
that we could
it was-
so that we could like
Kinda
update the
backwards.
BIOS
Yeah.
because that was the only
You
way
see
we
what
could
I'm
do it.
dealing with?
Yeah.
Like it was so shitty. Like we were doing that all in the house. We were like, fuck. Like how are we gonna fix this?
Was I
like,
at work at that time?
That's
you
when
were there
he
at
was
night.
living
You
there.
got
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it was when he was living there, but
I
you
remember-
got there. But that was
We were
after
just
we
like-
fixed it.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
because you got in when we were just like staring at it, like fuck.
I was like,
'Cause,
y'all good?
it was the fan. That's what it was. It was a fucking air cooler, and we were trying to figure out like how the fuck you gonna put this on? Because like, and then we realized we put it on. And we're like, all right, we forgot to put on the RAM. Fuck, we gotta take it off. Shit.
Ah.
It was so satisfying at the end. I never felt it was so great to see you like grin like at the end.
Like,
It was like
just when it
we
booted,
saw it
I'm
boot.
like,
We're like,
I remember y'all were like, yes.
it's so good.
because you were on the couch at that time. You were watching. I think it was.
Probably a documentary.
It was either that or it was the no Live PD.
Oh, it was
Oh,
Live PD.
Live
It was
PD.
definitely Live PD.
I miss live.
Yeah, and they're like,
Me too. So great. I miss Live Rescue more.
I miss both of them. They're so just. I don't know. They're just
Mhm.
entertaining.
I
to
think the
watch.
Live PD though, like they took it off for a good reason
Yeah.
though.
I disagree, but anyway.
No,
It's a good reason for the network.
For business
Well,
purposes, I
Okay,
definitely
I
agree.
get
Yeah.
that sense, but
although if you press forward enough,
Well,
it'd be another mode of like
I don't know.
accountability.
well, to be fair, like my thought process on like it's because it's real. It's really, really hard not to hide all of the actual issues that came across of that because there were actual issues that. Came
Well,
across
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
like serious like stuff that they had to like not show kind of situation.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
I'm just
hard to
like-
like hide that, especially at the point it is. So I completely understand for them shutting it down. Do I think there were ways they could have like made it work? I don't know.
Your turn, Mel.
Like I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just more of like a public accountability thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since they're
Yeah.
on live TV, it's like, oh shit, you know. I mean,
Well, I liked Live Rescue. Also, with Live Rescue, you had some like weird ass
Yeah.
shit on there. You're
No,
like,
there's always weird shit with rescue.
What do you
There's a lot of issues.
He wants attention.
I have issues. I'm not gonna go put it in the
you want to see
podcast.
scratches?
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
He wants the
no, I
attention.
got you.
But speaking of police, we just finished Detroit.
Oh, my
Detroit
God.
Become Human. I
Oh gosh.
so like on that same prospect, I have never felt a white man write about like racism in the most on point way. Surprisingly enough, at all. Like I was like at the end of it, I was like, oh, that's really cool, but not the most stressful part of it.
No.
Like weirdly, it's all the little things that we're like, we know this possibly will end. Someone will die if we do this. How do we make this work?
Because there's it's basically a multi-choice game.
Right.
You can-
Yeah.
Yeah, we have it
Depending
on
on what
the
character you play,
PS4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you choose what your thing, and depending on what you choose, that can influence how your story goes.
Mhm.
Because there's different multiple endings. I think there's like 5 different
Right.
endings.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I mean, it's the most
I have
basic
not-
visual novel.
yeah,
except
I've
except
not
with, like cutscenes.
I've not delved into this game because I know that
It's
it's one of
there.
those. Well, I know it's one of those that I'm gonna want to just dedicate
Yeah,
the
We
certain
put it-
amount of time that I know it's gonna require, and it's just like I don't want to do that right now.
we
You
put
just
in
have a box
about
of
like
tissue
on and off
near you,
about
'cause
four.
depending
four-
on what happens, you might need those.
Yeah, we put in about off like four days on it. Like the first
Yeah.
part of it, I was playing, and then Addie was like,
Yeah, I'll be in my office and be like,
Yeah,
and then Addie would just turn off whatever she's doing and sit down, and we sit for like another like 4 hours until it's like 2
well,
o'clock.
part of it was like I got tired of just being in my office, and also my
Right.
back was hurting, and being on the couch and just around him in general, and that was interesting enough to like be a part of. So
Whenever you do get into it, you'll love Connor.
yeah,
you
I
just
fucking
will.
love Connor.
I mean, that's what everyone.
I
That's
understand.
who everybody loves.
And I was
Apparently,
at first
like,
I was like, I don't understand why people were super into Connor until we got to the end of it. I was like, okay, I totally get why people were into Connor. And I don't know if it's because it's Connor, like, well, partially I think it is Connor, but like partially also it's Clancy Brown,
Hmm.
aka Anderson Hank, because Clancy Brown just hits it off again.
Which I still can't believe that fucker does Mr. Krabs. Like I keep forgetting that he does it.
Perhaps. But yeah, it was a really good game. I would say like it hits all the right notes in it. I think there's some parts of it that like I would say was very like surface level because it's a video game, and two it takes a lot more to like put that into something without like basically
Overstepping
making
something.
overstepping or making people hate the game.
Mhm.
But and it also came out in like the most perfect timing. Like it came out in like 2014, if I remember correctly.
Something like that.
Yeah, and this is like before a lot of things like came up like in the worst times, and just
When
kind of
did
like
that come out? Because I feel like that's still too early.
it came in 2014.
Did it?
Yeah, because remember Kara, the short story came out the year before then, which that was creepy.
Oh yeah.
I will say when you start it,
No, 2018.
I was gonna
2018.
say it's not that
No.
old.
No.
No.
It's
Yeah.
2018.
oh well, the Kara came out in like 2013.
Well, because they were working on that
For
game
so
for a
long.
Yeah.
long ass time.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that part
then-
makes sense, but no, the game came out in 2018.
Yeah.
My apologies. Still good. But
Oh, yeah.
Chloe's either gonna creep you out or be like, "How dare you?"
Because Chloe, like when you first get the game, the character Chloe comes up and like she's your assistant and it helps you like start playing off the game and everything. And then once you go back to the start screen,
And
she's
she's
there and
watching
she'll
you play the game.
she's watching you
technically.
play the game, and like she'll start interacting with you. And as the game further increases, like she starts kind of like doing certain things. And like we got to a point where like he chose a certain path and we didn't like the outcome of the path. So before it saved, we exited out and back down to it, and we were gonna hit continue. She goes, "Wait, are you sure you should continue? Maybe you should just let it stay like it is." And we
I
were
don't
like,
want you to.
"The fuck?"
We don't have to leave. And I'm like, "No, Chloe, stop it. We've been like 8 hours, like solid like 15 hours into this game,
Mm-hmm.
and then
That's that
suddenly
whole-
she becomes like stop being creepy as fuck."
That's that whole Monica shit right there.
No, yeah. I told him at one point, because at one point in the game, once you
Are
finish, you can
sure
choose
wanna
to
make
let
the
her go.
decision? And you're
Well, it's
just
not
like,
even, well, it's not even like scary. It was like pleading kind
Yeah.
of situation.
Yeah.
It made you feel bad. Like I was like,
no.
what?
No, and there was a part where like once
We won't say it
once
at the
you
end. Don't say the end part of it.
Okay, but it's an option though, because it
Yeah.
changes. So you
It
have
does
the option to let her go free, and our option we picked it. And at some point, I told him I was like, "What would happen
Don't
if
say
you
it.
played it?"
Don't say it because I think that's very
But
important.
I
not
want to tell him
say
about the
it. Don't
existential
say
crisis.
it.
I want to tell him about the existential crisis I gave you.
But it doesn't. But if she's going to play it at some point, there's no reason to say it because that's actually a huge part.
God damn it!
That
Anyway,
is
I hate-
literally the most biggest spoiler in the entire series.
Okay, so anyway, there was a part of it where at the end stuff happens,
Just
and
refuses to
no,
stop.
I'm not gonna say it. And I
Things
basically
happen.
prompted a question to him that was based on what we went through, and it gave him an existential crisis.
There you go. Like,
See,
That's
I
all you
wasn't gonna
needed.
spoil it.
but you're still really bad about that because you'd be like, it's not a spoiler, and then continue to say a spoiler.
Well, that's why when you said don't do it, I stopped and I changed what I was gonna say. So
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
You said that to me, but you do it all the time.
Oh no, Mom and Dad are fighting.
You're not Lydia.
That's true.
Our daughter.
No, I'm taller than both of y'all. I can't be y'all's kid.
No.
Isn't that how it usually works out though?
That's unfortunately how
damn
every time.
it!
That's how every time. So every time it's like, oh man, we're like normal height, and then you see your child. Hello.
My sister.
Yeah, your sister don't make it no damn sense.
She's tall. She's about your height.
My sister.
It's not good eating. That's what I'm chalking it up to.
Is it good eating?
Good
Because she ain't
eating.
supposed to be eating what she eating anyways.
Your sister, no.
Hell no. She got IBS.
Your sister be like, I got no gallbladder, I got IBS, but here's this macaroni and cheese that I'm gonna shit out in half an
Yes.
hour.
But it's so good.
No.
She really should not be eating.
Hey,
Well, I mean, that's how you clean the system out. You just
Sure.
eat a bunch of shit and then
flush it out.
it
Look,
just-
I don't need her like goes.
She
through the fans.
casually was talking to me one day. She was talking about like, yeah, I can make myself gag with my brushing my teeth. Also thrown up. And I was just like, what? And she goes, it was acid reflux. Just casual. I'm like, Leah.
So weird.
Like, it's not a good thing.
No.
Mm.
No.
Mm-mm. But yeah, I think it's a good spot to leave off.
Yeah, after what?
2-3 hours.
Oof.
Almost 3 hours actually.
Yeah, you got some fun
Let's
editing
not
to
talk
do.
about it.
3 hours.
2 weeks later. I still have to put out our live version. at some
Oh
point.
yeah.
Did
Oh, we did it live, so I'm
ever-
not like that one's not in a hurry.
Did we ever what?
Did we ever talk about what your favorite thing was?
Oh, you mean
Or-
like your go
Or
back?
like, yeah,
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 you said
Said
X-Men.
X-Men.
X-Men
yeah,
animated
but I'm
series.
like video game.
Oh, a video game did I go back to?
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Well,
fair.
we were talking
All
about how
of-
like
all
we're really
of
bad
them.
about going back to like
Yeah.
older games.
If
like,
I've
games that we
already-
were into.
Yeah. Unless it's like a multi, you know, like some of these, like say, let's go back to Dragon Age Origins.
Mhm.
So, like, yeah, I could go back into it, but once I've played all of the different, you know, races, genders, and, you know, each, like, okay, I'm going to be a good guy. No, I'm going to be the sarcastic asshole. I'm going to be a dickbag. And then you're done.
Right.
Mm.
Dragon Age is probably the only one I actually. Well, DragonAge and Mass Effect is probably the only two. that
Yeah,
I
like
still-
there's choices games
Oh, and
where it
Jade
has
Empire.
so many different. Yeah, Jade Empire.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I played
Skyrim.
it. Oh my god.
Those are probably the three I ever spent the time to go back and like do different things. in
Because
like,
it
on
completely
purpose.
changes.
Well, yeah, and that's
stuff.
and like, but no other game I will do that. I won't even do it for Detroit because most of the time, even in definitely visual novels, I'm completely happy with my choice and I don't want to change.
Yeah.
It. Like I'll be like, no, I'm okay with this. I don't want to do any other choices.
Well,
It's perfectly fine.
And how Dragon Age and Mass Effect did it was because that affects the next game.
yeah,
And that affects the game after that, along with the next game.
Yeah.
And then the game after. I'm like, oh god, I have to do this.
what are you doing?
I
Like,
was trying to prop a coin up and it said no.
Which coin?
Then I dropped panty.
Oh,
yeah. So there's, but yeah, because I'm like, especially in Dragon Age, I'm like, what happens if I just let everybody die?
yeah. I don't know.
Or Mass Effect, what if everybody dies?
I actually don't know.
What happens in Mass
I
Effect
don't
3?
think I don't think
Mhm.
I did that playthrough.
I literally had a friend
Like,
that
kill
when
everybody.
Mass Effect 2 came out, he
Kill
would come over to our place
everybody.
and play it because he owned the game but he didn't have the console, so but he'd play it at our place. And
That's
at some
hilarious.
point, like he'd just fall asleep in the chair playing it, and like the screen would be going and he'd still be doing shit, but he over there like this. I was like,
Oh my gosh.
and like it's still going, and it was, he did like that, and with on Final Fantasy 14 he did that. And I was just like,
It's funny.
Sometimes you just transcend and.
Yeah.
well, with
it's
Final
like
Fantasy
me.
14 it was funnier though because like at some point like
He's
his
doing
character just
some-
hits that barrier wall where he can't go in, but the character's still moving.
Nah, he's doing that.
14?
Yeah,
Oh, interesting. He was playing MMO on your game.
or was it 13?
Is it Lightning?
10?
Is whichever one had the bunny.
12.
Okay,
Well, yeah.
it was that one.
That was a good game.
Yeah.
A real good game.
And I was just like, nah, he's transcended into dot hack.
Apparently,
Just-
I couldn't do Dog Hat.
If you want
I
to talk about a
tried.
game that was fucking confusing?
Yeah, I tried.
well,
it,
same with the
and it was-
anime.
I started with the anime and I was like,
I started with the anime and played the games. So I was like,
I rewatched the anime later and I was
That
like,
was one of
I
the-
still
Elise
don't
got
understand
heavy
what the
into
fuck's
Dog
happening
I mean,
here.
it was good. It was
It
entertaining.
was a good
I was
game.
just like, didn't know what the fuck was
There
going
were-
on.
It was a game that was way too early for its time.
Yeah, it was
like,
way ahead.
Way
Like,
ahead of
well,
its
even
time.
the series was ahead.
Yeah, as a whole, like the game series, super ahead. Like GU is still like one of the best in the series, and people still
Yes.
like. I think it's still slept on. Like the anime was just as good too.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. I like, and then dot hack sign.
Yeah.
And that was.
Sign was the original. Like what
I
the
tried so
fuck?
hard to watch the anime and get into it because like Elise, my friend, was like super intense. She's like, "You need to watch it, it's so good." I tried it and I was just like, I don't know what's happening. I don't
It
like
also
this."
has a rough start. Like
Oh
it's,
yeah,
yeah.
the start of
it's
you're
boring
just
as fuck. Like in the beginning, because you're just like, what the hell?
It
this
gets
is
good though.
this is like the beginning of Matrix in Animatrix, except way more drab.
I couldn't do it, so I gave up after a
Yeah,
while.
it-
But I appreciated her love for it.
It got good.
It's a good series.
But yeah.
You good? Colorado knee.
Rado knee.
But yeah, thanks for
Next
joining us.
Yeah.
50%.
Yeah, right now I'm feeling like, I use too much power.
All right, Deku.
Too much power.
It hurts.
Don't
Well, yeah,
be going
that
100%.
movie,
You
yeah.
never go 100%.
Nah, you go a million
You never
percent.
go full 100%.
Oh yeah, that movie
Alright,
comes
yeah.
out the end of this month.
Yeah. So yeah,
We're
thanks
caught
Mel
up.
Nerds. Thanks for joining us. Thanks Mel and Jeff for joining us for this crazy.
Yeah.
Join us next time. You'll see Mel as BB Boots on stream, and in Twitter and everywhere else, and you'll see Jeff as Choke on Water.
Please don't.
In the papers with his obituary.
Yeah, so you want to see
We
you
thought
guys
Mel
on-
was,
Start
we thought
my
Mel was the
eulogy?
one to go by water.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that's like I expected out of her.
That's
not
that's
you.
what I do all the
It
time.
was like.
Yeah, make sure you follow these guys. Until next time, stay nerdy. Bye.
Bye.